Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to tonight's episode of Dice and Paper. We got a full cast with us this week. It's looking good. I'm excited. You're excited. We're all excited. But let's do some announcements first. Would you guys like to take it away?
Yeah. Okay. We have merch. Get our shirts. Get our socks. Get our hoodies. There are a bunch of
we have
cool
a bunch of new stuff too.
designs,
We have the new call
new
shirt.
designs.
It's so cool.
Oh yeah, there's like a
Pretty
bunch
awesome.
of new stuff on there, and they're really cool. And buy them so people will see about our show, and it's cool. So
That's awesome.
there's links for those in the description if you're watching on YouTube, and in the panels if you're watching on Twitch.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I, Adrian, D&D Beyond. D&D Beyond. Thank you, D&D Beyond.
Arthur's stealing your thunder, bud.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching, and thank you, D&D Beyond. If you guys haven't already used it, D&D Beyond is an online service where you can get all your Dungeons and Dragons shit for all the nerds out there.
Yeah.
Do it because it's good.
Personally,
D&D
I've
Beyond.
recently...
We're not sponsored, by the way.
Yeah,
Yet.
we aren't. Yet.
Possibly one day.
Personally, I've recently
Please.
discovered how to create my own homebrew monsters on D&D Beyond, which is super easy.
This
It's
is-
super cool.
That's scary to tell us.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah, we don't want to know that. We don't want
It's
to know that.
it's just so cool.
No.
You can even download the monsters that we make.
That's awesome.
It's pretty
We
cool,
can also
right?
view our characters, right?
No.
Oh, no.
I can view your
Incorrect.
characters. You cannot view. You can't go in other people's campaigns. Yet.
One day.
Alright. Anyway, Nate.
Okay. I am doing the tabletop audio, which is the best thing, as well as D&D Beyond, I suppose, that we use on the stream. We can do the welcome music, which you hear right now. Cows, dogs, bears, oh my. Isn't that lions and tigers and bears?
Yeah.
Cows, dogs, and bears, oh my. That's Dice and Papers thing.
Cows, dogs, and bears. Oh no.
We can also do city noises, tree stallings, and about
Birds.
a
Fantastic.
bazillion more. Maybe not that many. That's a bit of a hyperbole, but still, it's really awesome and it's free. So you guys should go to tabletopaudio.com. and
Again,
check
not
it out.
sponsored.
Not sponsored because that
Please.
would be. Or else
Look through tears.
I talk just as much. What are you doing? Oh, this. By the way, this is Emma.
Yep.
She's not gonna do an announcement today,
I believe you.
Maybe next
mispronounced
time?
Wolfie.
but she's really heavy.
She's really heavy.
She's
She's
But-
like an 80-pound dog, I think.
Ba-
Maybe not
she's
that
the
much,
best.
but.
Basically,
Ow.
She's our special
role-playing
guest.
Wolfie today. Hence why she's licking me all the
Yeah,
time.
because wolves are short-furred with gray, white, and a orange.
Shut
All right,
up.
Arthur,
Yeah.
it's your
Arthur.
turn.
If you guys are watching us live,
We love you.
make sure to check out some of our perception checks as well as previous streams, just so you guys can keep up to date on whatever's occurring throughout the story. You guys can check us out on Dice and Paper on YouTube, as well as if you're watching this on YouTube, you guys can check us out live 7 to roughly 10:30, 11 every Friday. I said it right this time. Booyah.
Yes.
Cha-chow. On Twitch. You can also check us out on our social medias,
Yeah.
Instagram, Twitter. We all have our own individual Twitters as well as the Dice and Paper Twitter. Make sure to follow that. It's muy bueno. We discuss like various issues that are occurring, whether that's recording stuff from time to time because we live in places with weather.
We live in a society.
Yes, and other
Live in
things.
a society.
So because
Mother
of that,
Nature
we will
season.
keep you guys updated on Twitter, whatever possible. And you can also check out our own Twitches, our own Twitters,
which are right.
which are like they're gonna be like
Right here.
not yet.
They're at some
There they
point.
are.
There, right here,
Right
they are.
here.
Say
Yeah,
it.
right
Follow
there.
us on
Mine's
Twitter.
always there. but-
Emma's
Follow-
isn't there
that's
because
true.
she doesn't know how to use social media.
Can we
Yeah.
make Emma a Twitter?
No.
We should make all dogs a Twitter.
Anyway, because of
Oh,
that,
shit.
make sure to follow us on Twitters, Instagrams, which he does every week. Does
That's
the
a- that's
muy
a
bueno, does the muy bueno pictures? They're very sexy, very. Mwah. Go ahead, Trevor.
Yeah. This was a great idea.
Bring the dog on stream, they
Alright.
said. It will be good, they said.
We'll have a
No,
minute.
I said.
You said
yes,
that.
they
You said she'd bark. So
We'll have
far,
a
you're
minute
still
during
wrong.
the intro. Anyway.
Hey, she's heavy. I'm not lying.
I have a way with dogs.
Oh, I can breathe.
Oh, yeah, totally. Look at her fucking. She looks really happy, buddy. Alright.
He's kicking
With
me
all
crap.
that real life bullshit out of the way, let's make our transition back into the world of D&D. So, this world is a curious place. A broken heart is to be mended with splinters. welcome back to Dice and Paper. All right.
That's Orion.
So I'm doing the recap today, but I decided to read something that, I don't know, my coworker, I suppose I'll...
Not me.
Not me.
Not me,
It was
not me.
Arthur.
It wasn't me.
Wrote a little message that I'm supposed to read. It goes like this. I don't really want to, but I'm going to read it. I'm Orion. I'm smelly and lame. Eat raw meat. And my dick is half an inch long. Exclamation mark.
Gotta give that all
That's Orion's real
exclamation mark.
dialogue.
That was a quote from the last episode. If you haven't seen the last
That's
episode.
a verbatim quote
100%.
from Orion.
That's
Yes.
the recap. No.
No.
No, Nate, what happened last time?
Very good question, Trevor, and I'm going to try to do my best.
Okay,
So
do
last
your
time,
best.
we started off, I wasn't there, Orion was not there, but Cal, Busto, and Nick were all fighting phase spiders, and they finished off with that, except Nick got poisoned, which is, I guess, something I should recall.
Bad.
Badly
It's
poisoned,
fine.
and you guys went to a different plane, but now we're both back after something glowed on your hand.
Busto had an interesting encounter with his patron.
Yes, you also went into communion and came out by touching a tree and then feeding somebody berries. I came back, which was the best part of the episode in my eyes, and then we met Graham, which is actually the best part in my eyes. After we booked it, we found a guy on the side of the road. He was beat up. Name was Graham. Took us back to the Spire.
Prophet Spire.
Prophet Spire, which is on the map, I believe. Yes, it is.
I don't know if you guys.
Prophet's Buyer.
I don't know if you guys will be able
Where
to
we
see
found
this
guards.
right
We found
here.
many guards.
There were like 10 guards or something around Prophet Spire that Orion tried to enlist in, but Graham wouldn't let him, because Graham's
That's
an
why no
asshole like
guards.
that.
Scrambled.
And Graham's shaking over there by his microphone. But no, Graham was...
It's rare that I want to smite you, like in game.
I really shouldn't say things that somebody who has the power to kill him can do.
Yeah, that would be smart. Just in general.
What did we do after we met Graham? Then while Graham was sleeping, because me and him got really drunk, we started going back towards Telachek Harbor really late at night. And
Booked it.
Busto took not two,
but
not three, but 5 levels
Yeah.
of exhaustion. Then he got back down to 4, so it's cool. But then he got another one and
Yep.
passed out in the middle of a field
Yep.
and had to create a hut so him and Nick could. And our intro.
Wow, the best
and
song
the intro.
ever! And then the intro just started playing out of fucking nowhere.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and then Orion and Cal got really pissed off at each other, and then Busto got really pissed off at him. Orion was still drunk, so he got angry again, and now we're back to episode 14.
Yeah.
Ooh, pretty
That-
much.
Well
And
done.
right at the end of last episode, Cal was up on watch when this ghostly woman that Busto saw a few nights ago in the forest
The ghost.
showed up to talk
Glad I
to
wasn't the only
you.
one that forgot.
And on top of that, we all got the group name.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
Called. And
They're
we
called.
now all have these things.
Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah.
we
If you
had
guys want to
those
show off your
all
symbols.
along,
So,
but
Mine looks like Saturn.
Just to
don't-
let you guys
Mine
know,
looks
these,
like
I
a.
put mine away.
A
the,
triangular house.
Mine is a little
these
circle
symbols
with
resemble
lines,
a
but it's away.
language, I believe.
They have
And-
actual meaning.
Yes, it's an entire language that Trevor developed that
It's
as
like
members.
12 words.
My first
Still-
tattoo. This is the first
still-
one I'm gonna get.
we as a group are gonna have to try to uncover what it means throughout the story as we start to learn some of the symbols and some of the characters, etc.
Yes.
So be on the
I'm
lookout.
gonna start
for
ending
those.
sentences with etc.
Yeah.
Just makes someone feel like
Classic
there's always
Arthur
more to
thing,
be
yeah.
said.
Yeah. It's like I could say more.
Except
But
I don't feel like it.
etc.
You're not good enough,
etc.
etc.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Is it etc. or etc.?
Depends on how formal it
And I
is.
believe it's actually
It's like uncomfortable and how everybody else.
All right, let's continue the
Yeah,
Dungeons
we
and
don't have to
Dragons.
talk about that.
Anyway,
Let's go.
when we last left our heroes, they were again somewhat split up. Busto and Nick were about 15 minutes travel ahead of the group in this little hut in the middle of the field, this little plains, and Cal and Orion were back with the caravan around the fire. And Orion had been trying to stay up, but he was drunk, and Cal was a good enough actor to convince him that he went to sleep.
Yeah, I gave that to him.
And about an hour after that, it's still pretty late at night, you saw this sort of phantom form of a young woman come out of the darkness and sit down next to you at the fire. And I think right where we left off, she just sort of leaned up on these like little logs that you've placed around the fire, and she told you, Cal, that you have a very interesting relationship with your friends. So that's where we go.
You could say that.
I do.
Why do you think so?
Well, I've been watching you. I've been following your group for a little. And I just noticed you. Well, let's just say, calling you a group is putting it a bit nicely.
You could say that.
I do.
Why have you been following us? We're really not that interesting.
You're not interesting compared to what? Compared to the forest, to random bears and rabbits for hundreds of years? Being dead is a lot less interesting than being alive.
That's not
And
surprising.
your group, one of your other members has seen me before, and I hadn't wanted to approach you then, but
You did tell us about that.
when you're separated from the physical world, like I am, your mind grows sharper, and I feel like your group has promise, but not like this.
What would lead you to believe that?
You didn't ask for anything in return from Graham. He was in a position to really be in your debt, and your group thought nothing of helping him without even a cost attached.
That's how it should be.
I wish more people thought like you, but that's just not always the case.
Don't we all?
And she kind of stretches back like this, and you can see when she raises her arms, there's just these huge two jagged holes like right along the sides of her chest, which as a ghost you can just see straight like through, even more than translucent, you can actually just see through these holes in her chest out the back of her torso.
Where do you usually stay? Do you usually follow people around?
Well, it's if you just stay in one place, you get less and less, and she kind of wiggles her fingers around, real, mobile. You just degenerate until there's really nothing left of you but a memory. But if you're like me, you follow people. You latch on to anyone who goes by. They take you to see lots of interesting places. Being dead is a lot like being dreaming. It's hard to take any sort of action without external influence.
Who did you latch on to exactly? Any one of us in particular, or just the group?
Well, I started out watching the group, but I generally try to stick with one or two people, and you and your taller friend off in that direction. You seem to be the ones most open to death.
I wouldn't exactly say open.
And she sort of like reaches out towards you, like a hand going straight for your chest. Would you just not move, or would Cal caught into that?
He'd probably. I'm sitting down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He'd probably stick up and put a trident up to her, even though she's not actually there. But his military reflexes call for it.
Yeah, she passes like straight through. It just goes straight through her body, and then she puts a hand like right into your chest, like through your clothes, through your skin, in the center of your chest, and you can kind of feel her waving her hand, and then she pulls it back out, and there's almost this like golden residue that's sticking to her fingers for a second before it snaps back into your torso. And she says, "No, you've spent some time away from the land of the living. It's if you could see your own soul, you would be, well, it's not pretty, let's say that."
I'm not very pretty either, so.
She sort of looks
sad.
she sort of looks somewhere between bashful and amused, but she just kind of grins at you and leans backward, and just like her feet sort of lift off the ground until she's in almost like a hammock reclining position in the air.
Why would you think my taller friend is more open?
He's... Druids are interesting. They're almost like a process of nature themselves, and your friend even more so. But he has also seen the darker side of death, and it hasn't left him without his scars.
Have you talked to anyone else? In our group, I mean.
Not in your group. I have talked to other people. I've talked to a lot of other people.
Do they end up dead?
What?
Do they end up dead?
I don't know. Everything after a few hours gets a bit muddy. It's hard to tell. But
that's not good to hear.
Being a ghost is... She kind of leans back and says, "It's certainly different. I can say that."
I don't doubt that one bit.
But your group does feel special, even though that's only really an intuition. I don't feel like I've experienced this exact chain of events before. But no, I haven't talked to anyone else. I waved at your taller friend, but he seemed...
quite startled?
Yes.
Yeah, you could say that. If you don't mind me asking, how did you die?
She doesn't... She looks really, like...
Offended? Please don't say offended.
Not exactly. It, like, there's this just flash of, like...
Oh shit, I'm dead.
Just, like, pain and regret, and then she just kind of cringes a little and, like, rubs the back of her neck and says,
I'm sorry if that was anything bad.
No, it's not. I don't... Look, you think knowing about how you died would be the worst thing in the world, but not being able to remember is a lot worse. I know I did know at one point, but it's lost to the sands of time. But
can I
there's not much I can do about it.
The wounds and see if I can make anything out?
She kind of puts up her arms again, and it's like right on her like third and fourth ribs here on both sides. And she says, "Be my guest. They're not going anywhere. That's for sure."
They're from Cal's Shrine.
Yeah. Go ahead and you can roll insight.
Didn't think about that, did you?
Not one.
16.
16. Your first...
Wait, no, I think it's +9.
+9? Wow.
No, it's +7. I'm wrong.
Okay.
So it's 17.
17. Your first instinct, because of the location and the kind of precision, is that it was like a sword strike of or like daggers of an assassin, because it's like third and fourth ribs. It's right in the right place to get at someone's heart if you have a long enough blade. But the wounds look messy enough that you think it was some kind of talon.
How big are the talons?
Not huge. Like,
Okay, so it's not The Rock
It
that fucking
wasn't The
picked me
Rock.
up. Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Wait, the soft constant.
Okay, stop.
thanks for your input, Arthur.
You're welcome.
No, it looks like she was gored by a beast that had really good aim.
Do you remember anything at all?
I remember I died.
Wow. Guess that's kind of obvious.
She gets reminded of that every day.
She says,
I'm translucent.
yeah, she just kind of, she kind of goes, look, Cal, do you remember how you were born?
I've been told.
Same, it's the same for me. If someone knew, someone could tell me, and I might remember that, but
No one knows. Is there any way for you to communicate with anyone else?
oh yes, I can talk to them, just like you. As long as they don't run away. The issue is just, I think I've been dead for a while, and I'm not sure I know anyone who's still alive.
Another question. Can I make a history check to see what kind of clothing she's wearing? Because
Sure.
if it's been a while, it means clothing and fashion has changed. If I know anything about fashion. Fashionista. 16 history?
Yeah.
Intelligence.
16 plus 3, 19.
Nice.
19?
Yeah.
Old. It definitely looks old.
Old. Lot to work on.
I'd say it looks old enough that you don't recognize it.
That's old.
It definitely doesn't look like the fashion of the time. It's got these like almost double high collars and these like frills, that kind of thing. She even has this like sash which seems to hold up part of her clothing. It really doesn't look familiar. And it all kind of floats around her almost like she's underwater.
That's lovely.
Intriguing.
Well, from the looks of it, it's quite a while ago.
And she says, yes, when you stop recognizing the shorelines, you know it's been a while. But you probably don't have to worry. It's been at least long enough that it won't be of your concern, and as far as I can tell, ghosts are fairly rare. You shouldn't be in any danger of ending up like this.
Well, death is of my concern, so...
This is... At least you can.
Yeah, I guess so.
And she sort of floats over and like pantomimes patting your shoulder, but I mean her hand just goes right through your clothing, and then she just sort of leans backward and just floats outside the ring of the campfire and fades away into the darkness.
And Cal takes more LSD after that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so I'm still on watch though.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep sketching. I guess
Okay.
I'm a little bit weirded out, but
Yep. So you stay up. I think you already slept, right? So
yes,
so you
I think so.
Can I get a long rest now that
Yes,
I'm sleeping?
yes.
Okay.
Wait, no,
will-
I
just
didn't.
wanna make
I
sure.
pretended to sleep, and he's sleeping first.
but didn't you sleep while you were in the wagon?
Nope, I was the one in the front.
I thought Busta was driving. That's why he's
No,
so...
Busta was. No, I drove after Busta.
Oh, yeah,
It was a
yeah.
swap. He drove for 8 hours.
And then
So
and
have
then-
you not slept tonight?
I have not slept so far in this watch.
Okay.
What time is it?
Oh yeah, because you're gonna wake Orion up.
Yep.
Yeah. I'd say getting around, I don't know, 1 in the morning or so. You start to kind of doze off, so you shake Orion awake.
Did he get up? 'Cause he was really
He was
drunk.
angry at me last time, and
And
he
he
said,
was-
"I
That's
need-
not what I'm worried about. I'm
Why
worried
did
that
you get
up?
he's really
wake me up."
he's really
I know.
drunk. That's what I'm worried about.
Oh.
He's gonna fall back asleep. You can try to wake him up. I'm gonna say it's gonna be tough to get him even up.
Are
and
you on
he'll-
your? Are you on your?
He probably
You're on your
will.
cow.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna wake you up. I'm gonna try to pick him up and put him in the back of the cart, and then I'm gonna go snuff out the fire.
I'll
And
let that happen because he's hungover.
and try to cover up as much of the scent as possible. Like cover it in some brush, some like pine, because that's stronger smelling, and then hop in the back.
But we're
of
in
the
the
caravan.
middle of the field, aren't we?
You're under this little rocky outcropping.
Okay.
Oh, there's no trees at all?
There's like 1 or 2.
Well,
They're probably like really.
I'm just
big
gonna take
trees.
some leaves and just cover it up and go sleep in the back with him.
Okay. Yeah.
Callan Orion's sleep.
No.
Alan Orion love.
I'd say you two are woken a few hours later by dawn's light creeping in through your hastily constructed camouflage. Ryan, you got a bit of hangover.
Ouch.
Not your worst, but
Definitely not my worst.
it's definitely gonna be kind of in your head for a
When
bit.
you live by yourself for a long time, you get hungover.
You do find that you woke up in a different place than you went to sleep, and Cal is still asleep
I'm
on the
going
floor
to
beside you.
assume that I somehow sleepwalked, even though I don't usually do that.
Okay.
For your sake.
You're gonna wake Cal up or anything?
Nah. He's
Okay.
tired.
He does.
That's not why.
Um,
but that's a good reason why.
Yeah, so is there anything you would like to do
Yeah.
right now?
What I would have still been awake, so would I be able to like follow where Isabel went?
Just leave Cal alone in the cart.
You're fine.
Did you see, you saw
was
like which
awake.
direction they left in?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could
Probably.
head that way. You wouldn't know how far away they are though.
Can I
They
make
could have
a
just walked the rest of the
survival
night.
check for tracking?
We are in a hut in the middle
That's
of a
true.
field.
They're in a damn hut.
That's
I
true.
just,
Yeah.
want to clarify.
Would I be able
Yeah,
to see
you're
that?
also following the river. Yeah, I'd say you can walk. It's like a 15-minute walk
That's
though.
fine. I'll walk.
Okay.
I'll ride my cow.
You
Yeah.
don't see them.
Yeah,
What?
so
You are 5 feet away, but you do not
Put your
see
hand
them.
on.
I mean, they are far enough away. You probably can't just see them by
It
stepping
would
out
probably
of the
be
caravan.
something.
No, the earth is flat.
Shut up. It's not like a flat like disc.
I mean, but I mean,
of
like.
plains. It's like there's like hill.
Oh, okay.
sections.
If I would be able to see where it was.
They're
though,
also just like
video game.
far away.
Well, I'm
like
just saying, it
miles.
would probably be like a dot or something that seems peculiar.
Yeah, you can also you're just following the river too. To be fair. Yeah. So Orion sets out
On my cow.
on your cow,
Cal.
and Cal, I'd say probably I don't know, half an hour, 25 minutes after that, you stir awake in the back of this caravan and find that Orion has already left.
I know where he went.
Deja
probably,
vu.
So I'm going to try to pack up everything from the camp. It's already probably all packed up,
Yeah.
right?
Can you roll perception for me?
I'm dead.
Yeah.
Cal, you died. 20.
20.
By the
Wow.
way, when my cow
Yeah.
makes a noise, do that one.
So as you're packing up, you kind of you walk around this caravan gathering your things and kind of inspecting around you, and you find a set of footprints that were coming down the path and then actually like looped and walked through this little rest area you set up and then continued on their way again that you do not recognize.
Somebody should have been keeping watch over here.
Yeah, it was my fucking fault, asshole.
Yeah, you should have taken a little exhaustion for the team.
Just want to ask something real quick.
Yeah.
If there's anything at our campsite, would Wolfie have woken us up or no?
It's a good question. Would you have set him to?
Yeah, that would be kind of like the first thing I said in the beginning of everything.
I'd say yeah, probably.
Okay.
If he managed to wake
You'd
you
remember
up.
through all that exhaustion.
That's true. I probably wouldn't actually wake
Yeah.
up just because of the amount of stuff.
I'd say either way, you were not woken up.
Okay.
Which way is it going?
The footsteps.
Which way is it leaving?
It's going the same direction you guys are.
So to Telachek.
Yes.
Or at least following the river.
I am. Is there a candle on our caravan?
Candle.
Yeah.
Like, do you have candles?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you?
Probably.
Hope someone's a
If you don't have it in your bag, you don't have it. I don't.
What do you want a candle for?
To set the plains on fire.
You'll see. You'll see.
Are you trying to make a
Even though he's
mold
even
of
though
the
he's a
footprint?
tiefling, and he can make flames just appear.
What? You gave me a weird look.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If not, we could just make some.
Actually, kind
I-
of smart.
That's just smart. I'll give you that.
Let me check my stuff. With D&D Beyond, you can check your stuff.
I know you have like tinder boxes
I have a tinder
and stuff.
box. And
I don't know if you have candles.
Would candles be better made
But
out of pine?
candles are on the caravan, right? Can I check?
I don't think so.
It would either be oil
They
lamps
should be
or
able to have
candles.
one.
Yeah, I would. Assume
I was
it would be
thinking,
oil.
but no, like when it was like way back before oil lamps were like a thing, they had like candles in little.
Yeah.
Yeah,
have
but now
oil lamps in
are.
D&D.
But now oil lamps are.
I
Do
think,
we
I
have
think,
candles?
I think we would have oil lamps. I'm just being honest.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. The
Does anyone have candles? Can you all check your inventory?
I already
do
know
not
I
have
don't have candles
candles.
unless I would have restocked.
I don't. If you wanted all this random stuff, you should have specified before you
I
came.
know I
back.
should have.
It's too late now, my friend.
It's fine.
I'd say the Temple of the First King would have oil lamps in their caravan.
Do you
not
have
candles.
animal fat? You do. You gave me the animal fat to put on the shoes.
I did.
I am going to heat up the animal fat and
Do
pour
you
it
still
in.
have some?
I have a
I
bunch
didn't.
because you gave it to me.
I didn't give you all that much.
It's enough to pour in a little thing and have at least a little bit of a mold.
Yeah, I gave you like a little jar of it.
Yeah,
But
that's
then,
good.
then I
That's
thought
enough.
I wasn't sure if you used it on her boots or not.
I used a tiny bit, just enough to shine them up a little.
Okay, I'll say you can take a print of the foot.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a fairly unremarkable, like, it just seems like a light boot or a moccasin, that kind of thing.
Okay, well, I am going to put it into my notebook and stash it away.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
You flatten mold.
no, be very careful with it. And I'm gonna hop in the front seat and
Okay.
off towards Busto and all of them. And
All right.
Noise with your mouth.
Yeah, can you make an investigation check for me real quick too?
Uh-oh.
Thank you.
fuck, that was bad. 9.
Okay. So I'd say
There's a trap. There is a bear.
There's
no,
a man in the
no.
cart.
So I'd say you're heading down this path, kind of following a mixture of the footsteps you investigated and the footsteps of your friends. But you pretty clearly figure out it's just going along this path by the river. So you go back to navigating until, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes later, you check down on the path again, and those footsteps that went through your camp are completely gone.
I'll stop the cart. They're just stopped. It's just
No, like while you
Gone.
weren't paying attention, they went away. Like at some point they.
Must have like looked
Like
up
they,
back at the
they
where you were
turned
going.
back and
It's a great
Gone
question.
into the water.
I'm gonna hitch the horses to a stump on the side of the road or anything. Is there anything, a rock?
You could drive like one of your daggers into the ground or something. I guess.
Your tribe.
There's.
Fuck that. I have a dagger. I'll take it out, drive it into the ground and wrap it around it.
Okay. I mean, the horses are tied to the cart, too.
Yeah, but they're gonna take the cart with them.
Oh yeah, good point.
I'm gonna walk back until I see them again.
Sure. You head back along the path for maybe 5-6 minutes, before you find those heavy footsteps again. And it's actually kind of tricky because there's a bit of a like covering of footsteps at this point. There's tracks. There's Orion's footsteps, Nick's, Busto's. So it takes you a little while to figure out where exactly the heavy ones fade away, because that's what happens. When you investigate them, you find that they go from being heavy to being pretty light in the soil to just being gone.
That's nice.
Same footprints? The mold fits?
Yeah, it's the same footprint.
They just stop.
Yes.
Alright, well, I'm getting back in the cart, whatever. Alright, this wasn't that interesting. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
So, you head back along this path for a few more minutes before you see a little grass hut in the field up ahead, just off the path. And I'd say probably Orion, maybe standing around outside of it, or kicking the door down, lighting the hut on fire, something.
Man, he still has like a brain.
Also, I rolled a 14 on exhaustion check. For
Thank
You lose one.
God. You would have died if you rolled under a 10.
No.
No, he just wouldn't have gained.
He was
Oh,
at
okay.
4.
I
I mean,
would he have
That's
just
3.
not gain or last one because he was sleeping?
no, you regain when you're sleeping, if you rest. And he had suitable
I'd be
shelter.
trying to like wake him up, I guess.
Okay, yeah, I'd say
Not by
it's,
lighting them on fire, but yeah.
it's harder. He seems very, very tired. Like he's halfway gone. Nick is just a heavy sleeper, as we've established.
Well, yeah, I've dealt with that.
But I'd say after a couple minutes, you manage to shake them awake.
What?
What?
Time to go.
Seriously?
Yeah.
If it was time to go, where's Cal?
I turn around and Cal's right there, right?
I can whistle in the game, but not in real life.
There he is!
Alright, thank you. The dick measuring contest is over,
Yeah.
alright? Fuck you guys.
Loud
You can-
noise, stop.
I'm helping you.
You're waking Buster.
Shit, yeah, I have a hangover.
Yeah, Cal,
Head hurt.
Head hurt.
I don't hear that.
Are you feeling any better, Busto?
Better,
I can't listen.
not good.
Well, better's better than nothing. Okay, I guess I'm gonna get up and go.
Morning weather check.
Yeah, let's check the
Yep.
weather.
Weather update.
It's looking clear skies ahead. Maybe a light drizzle. Couple of hours, but we got
Nice.
nice going for a few hours.
Weather update. Okay. Thank you.
Weather update.
Thank you very much. And as you see here, some light rain.
thunderstorms.
Some light rain, maybe potentially throughout the day.
I haven't done anything that provoked this today.
See, there's a lot of wind and a large mountain right in the center.
Yeah, right there. You got a big nose.
Really? Alright,
Yeah. Anyway.
I'm outside, waiting.
Making fun of my nose, Trevor.
Sketching. I'm sketching up my Arthur's staff.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'd say you sort of start working on this when you see maybe Orion and one of these two in tow kind of come out and almost blink at the sunlight. Because it has gotten fairly high in the sky at this point.
It hurts my eyes.
So Busto, kind of like realizing what actually happened last night, is going to come outside of the hut, stretch, look at both of these guys, and cast a cantrip called Mold Earth.
Why?
You just
Why?
It's a boulder.
today.
Just because I wanted. And I'm going to create just a 5-foot cube in between Orion and Cal, and then hop on top. So I'm now standing at 13 feet tall. And go.
It's like a motivational speaker.
You two,
Alright, leaving without you guys.
befriend.
Come on, let's go.
It's like the best motivational speaker.
We already are, Busto. We're fine.
No, wait, I'm invested in this. Let him talk.
You no mad at each other.
Alright, let's go.
Let's go. Come on. In the back. All
Okay.
the
I'll get on my cow.
I'll get in.
I can't reach it. Stupid can.
So I'm ignored, is what you're saying.
Pretty much.
They don't want to
Cool.
make friends.
That's what a cool cantrip.
Thanks, Scott.
So, but I imagine you guys all walk away. It must have just slowly lowered us back to the ground. His little cube just decreases ever so slowly.
It just crumbles.
So sad.
You can move it 6 feet, right? Do you go a foot underground? Just like, oh.
Big sad. I'm not gonna be an asshole. No, I was gonna say I just want to make a path of fucking dirt cubes.
Can't do all this.
Just hop from cube
Yeah.
to cube.
Yeah, you can. Well, he's in there.
I mean,
I
you
love
can
that
do it. It
image.
just takes a while.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna just in a fairly angry mood hop on the horse.
Well, that's your
No,
problem.
Busto. Go sleep in the back.
You sure?
Yeah, it's best for you to sleep. We have bedrolls. We'll make it as comfortable for you as possible. I really want to make it so it's not an uncomfortable ride for him, Trevor.
You might need to have his legs dangle. a
I
foot
would
or
like
two.
to.
You can, if you'd like to go slowly, you can make it
We're
more
close to
comfortable.
Telachek. I can go slow.
You're very close.
No,
I
let's go
can
fast.
sing you a lullaby.
We're close to Telachek. We can go slowly.
Would it, if I made a hammock, would that be uncomfortable? I've slept in a
You
hammock.
slept on the hammock before. It would be
Okay.
pretty comfortable. Maybe you add some bedrolls and that kind of thing.
Okay.
I'd say it could be pretty damn nice.
You should put one on one horse, and one on the other horse.
No, I'm just gonna like grab this hammock, put it back into the caravan, and like just take some of the bedrolls and like put them in the hammock.
I've been curious for a while.
I'll give
How
you
big
mine.
is this caravan?
It's fairly large
Big.
Okay.
in terms of a caravan.
I'm like, we got an 8-foot guy sleeping in a hammock on this caravan. It's like
Yeah.
Large hit, large.
one hell of a caravan.
While he's sleeping, I'm gonna cast thaumaturgy and have a little lullaby, like headphones in his ears, you know.
That's cool.
How long
That's
does
really
that
cool.
last?
That it
It
did.
lasts for a minute, but that's a cantrip, so I just keep doing it over and over again.
I like the image. You just kind of like every time it expires. Actually, as you start to head off again, like right as before actually Busto falls asleep entirely, but while he's just sort of back there, like starting to recline, Cal, you hear a little. Damn it! I don't have anything I can use to make a bell noise, but you hear.
Bing. What do you? What?
You have a cup right there. You could have used. Well, that was bad, but you hear just a very soft
It wasn't
melodic.
that one.
It was a nat 1. Oh boy.
Nat 1 on bell noise, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Accurate.
But you hear a very soft, almost angelic chime
way.
from your bag.
Oh! I want to reach in. Please give me something this time. Not
You got a
that
cell
thing.
phone.
It does that. It has that little red shimmer again, and then almost like a reverse disintegration. A little oak box appears on the seat next to you. So it's actually fairly large. It's like decent
Oh my
size.
goodness.
No, it's just it's,
It's a chest full of gold. Flop.
there are 4 little vials.
It's a
these-
mimic.
No, there's these 4 little bottles
Gorgeous.
of this kind of golden yellow liquid tied with a little rope at the top. They smell fairly nice.
Can I?
It's your blood.
Can I
And-
roll Arcana? 'Cause I think I already know what it is.
What? Would you put your hand through?
And you probably don't. And there's also in the other side of the box there's
You're
a
asleep.
little bundle of like sweets, like candy and that kind of thing.
For me?
It's for you guys.
What an ass.
Alright, you know
They're
what?
like big. No, they're like those big lollipops. Like I don't know if you're getting them
That's
in your
my
pocket.
favorite.
Oh god, not again. Fuck!
Wow, every time. Did you just see that?
I did.
Good.
Meme it.
Okay, there's 4 of them.
Yeah.
Could probably deduce that there's 4 of us.
Fuck me.
No, that's just too much
Roll
math.
intelligence
Do I know what
check.
this is?
Do you?
I don't know.
15.
Is it honey?
Would it be Arcana
Sure.
or Medicine?
Medicine.
It's not
Good.
honey.
Plus 7. 22.
22.
Jeez.
It's honey.
Me
So I-
here. Would I be able to?
What'd you roll?
He's asleep.
You're unconscious.
Yeah, you're not.
Okay.
You're not.
Because I
He's
thought
like-
he said before.
My
Passive
22 passive perception.
That was
I'd
so
I'd
smooth.
say you do
I can see stuff on it.
vaguely recognize these. When you were using them in the army, they were like more of a pouch that you applied to like someone's side. But it's basically like it's a potion with a very strong calming effect.
That's
That kind of just it's basically
Morphine.
just kind of it's like a
Potion of vitality.
no, it's not a potion of vitality.
Okay.
Those are very rare
I have
and
a
very fucking
I
expensive.
know. That's
Those
why.
are like 10,000
I know.
gold pieces.
I know.
That's why I was like.
I know I didn't
No.
roll or anything, but can you do you need to drink the whole thing?
To have the full effect, yeah.
Okay.
They basically just they make you calm and happy, and they're like an elixir. They're like a
really,
good drink.
really cute. It's the thing in Harry Potter when he drinks
Or like
Liquid
Percy
luck.
Jackson with the
the ambrosia.
It's liquid luck.
Yeah,
So it's
that's
drugs,
really
is
nice.
what you're saying.
basically, yeah.
Okay, you've just given us like
That would help our friendship.
hardcore, like oxy or something.
Wait, where is everybody in the caravan? I'm confused.
I'm
You're
in the
driving, you're
back.
asleep, you're in the back. Where would I be?
You're on your cow.
Yeah. Which I guess would be on the
Just gonna
side.
put this into my bag
Okay.
and keep on.
Keep
Did
on
you take
keeping on.
No. I was close to though. I really wanted to. I was like, I want to get high. The marijuanas.
um,
Don't do drugs.
don't do drugs. Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't
Dare not
do
to do drugs.
So you tuck them away in your bag, and your group heads off onto the plains for
Another
maybe
day of
one
travel?
last day of travel.
Yeah!
Well, before the next couple days
Yeah!
of travel.
For water travel.
So what are you guys doing on
I'm
this
on
past
my
period?
cow looking for stuff, so I should roll survive or perception.
Yeah,
What are you?
Which one?
perception.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Yes, sir.
What'd you roll
Natural 20.
to do what?
I got half of
Just
that.
for exhaustion.
Oh yeah, so that's 2.
This is
Nice.
Good
Down to
job.
I'm down to 1.
1.
1 point of
Yay.
14 on my perception,
Okay.
which isn't a terrible roll.
That's just disadvantage. Wait. Does he have disadvantage?
Me?
Because he's drunk.
But I'm
No,
hungover.
No.
Oh, him.
Busto,
So,
Why would
you do have
it's on all saving throws.
You
All
do
saving
have
throws,
disadvantage.
yeah.
That's true. I forgot about that.
Unless,
Shit, fuck.
No.
I don't know if this is metagaming. Can I
Probably.
cast Enhance Ability on myself?
Yeah, that's metagame.
Okay, well, I'd still like to cast it Enhance Ability. So just, it cancels the disadvantage.
Oh, okay, I'm still gonna do it.
Yeah, no, you have disadvantage on attack rolls and saves.
Yep,
It cancels the disadvantage?
yeah. Because it gives me advantage.
Yeah, but would you know to do that?
I mean, because I haven't done it before, I'm going to say no, so I'll reroll.
Ouch.
Plus what?
Under. It's
I don't
your
think-
con mod, right?
Yeah, I think it's just plus con.
Saving throw though.
Con saving throw.
You got a 6.
Yep, so 8. Nope, I fail.
You know, it's not another level of exhaustion,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Arthur. I'm following the rules.
but
Would I,
It's okay.
again with that, I do have a slight hangover. Would I take
no, you're okay.
Alright.
I'd say.
14 perception.
Let's cut a point off. Let's say
You
it's
want
a
me to make a
13.
perception check too?
Are you're navigating, so you're survival,
Wait,
right?
if I roll perception, yeah. Ouch.
What was it?
4.
What? You
8.
can get lost following a road.
8.
8.
A river. Where's the river go?
Yeah, so I'd say you're making slow progress today.
That's alright. That's
Like,
fine.
I mean, you're not really in danger of
Hashtag
getting
did on
lost,
purpose.
but you have very little idea of where you are, and you're going pretty slow.
It's so Busto can sleep.
Yeah,
Sure.
That's the reason.
Is that what Cal keeps saying? It's like,
Yep.
no, I'm not
Yeah.
confused. I'm just letting Busto sleep.
Yes.
Damn fucking hills.
Piece of shit.
Nick, are you doing anything? Out of curiosity.
I think I'm just sort of maybe like casually looking through like everything I have to see if there's anything that I don't know where it comes from.
Interesting.
I have a-
You
Go
can
ahead.
go ahead and roll investigation.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do the horses and my cow, they all have saddles and stuff?
No.
They don't?
Natural one.
Natural 1.
Yep.
Everything is new.
Dude, you're like, yeah, no, you're going through your bag, like, oh my god, I don't recognize any of this.
Yeah.
I don't recognize any of this. And after about an hour, you realize you're digging through Cal's bag.
That's fair. Do I find the candy though?
You find the
Oh,
box.
my bag is right next to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm right there.
Let her do that.
I gotta check over here real quick.
She's digging through Orion's bag. It's just me.
No, that's
no,
why.
he's not in
Shit,
the.
they don't have fucking.
He's on the couch.
That's why I want to see if they have saddles so I can put all my stuff on with my cow. They don't have.
Orion's on the saddles, and Busto doesn't have a bag.
is a dilemma. Well, I'd slap her hand away.
Come on.
No, you can't look at my things. Am I gonna look at your things? Here, let's swap.
Yeah, I made a mistake. What? Wait, what do you have in there that's so secretive?
Nothing.
Then can I go in?
No.
Yeah. Why? Come on.
Mom said you had to stay out of my room.
Yeah.
Get out of my room. I'm playing Minecraft.
Okay, whatever. You probably have like a porn mag in there or something.
Yep, totally.
Okay.
Yeah, because they don't have oil lamps.
It's just Cal, like,
They have smut.
drawing.
They have smut.
Yeah.
It's a society. They have porn.
They live
We
in a society.
You said that already.
Everyone's handcrafted.
I feel like Cal is just like awkwardly drawing like curvy pieces of wood. Just
That's what I'm drawing. I'm not even drawing your. I'm drawing your staff. If you know what I'm saying.
never say
You
that
know what's
again.
you know what's cool too? Even in real life, like all those times you've seen him writing down information, he's just
He's
been
just
drawing
drawing-
boobs and
Oh,
stuff.
Yeah,
yeah.
porn. Yeah, it's
Like-
all porn.
I mean, yeah.
Yep.
100%.
Can we please move on?
Yes, please. Yeah. So, no, you don't notice anything
Yep,
amiss from Cal's
obviously.
back.
Thank
Because
God.
he wouldn't let me.
Okay. So, guys, after around 12 hours, or maybe more like 8, perhaps, you see some structures begin emerging over the horizon in the distance. Structures.
I'm on watch. I gotta make sure.
We're gonna die.
So as you watch, a humble town emerges over the horizon. These small thatch roofs complemented by these grandiose stone buildings and architecture, all backed by the massive expanse of the ocean, which I'd reckon you guys haven't seen in a long time.
I
Um,
have never seen
I don't think
it.
I've ever seen the ocean.
Oh,
Yeah.
twin.
So there's this massive expanse of Dreamstrider Bay, broken only by a few small islands. You can see kind of fog laden in the distance. As you head into the town itself, it kind of reminds you of the sort of place you might visit as a young child while like staying with a distant relative, that kind of thing. It feels very homely. And the smell of fish and brimstone pretty abruptly assaults your nose, opposed only by the sharp scent of the ocean. And as you approach, you can see a few large flags billowing in the wind, waving you onward towards Telachek Harbor. Where do you want to go?
An inn.
I'm gonna go to the store. If there
Okay.
is a store that I can see visibly. Can we look at that now?
Yes, you may look at your
Yay!
maps.
Guys, we have a town map of Telachek
Yeah, so
Harbor.
I'd say Cal, you sort of see the town first, and
I have maps of every fucking city.
I see it like
Person.
right after him. 'Cause I'm not
I'd say Cal, are you gonna like let your group know you're here, or at least you're done with the first stretch of your travels?
Yeah.
Everyone,
Well, don't announce it like that.
look ahead.
Is it so pretty?
It is really nice.
Kings River.
They don't have any of that like proper roads and cement of Oakstead. It's much more built into the earth itself.
It's much smaller.
It is a lot smaller than
Yeah.
Oakstead.
So
Um,
guys, first of all, this is like the best smelling place we've ever been. Second of all, is it a bad idea to go into the ocean?
I don't know. I have a question.
It's not entirely a bad idea. I mean, if you don't know what's in it, maybe, but
Water.
So can we see those ruins all the way to the left of the
No.
map?
They're really far away.
yeah, that's far, dude.
Yeah, that's.
Well, I didn't know where we were on the thing.
You're right up near the entrance.
Oh,
to
you're right.
Telachek.
We're
Here,
already
what do you-
right
here,
there.
I have a
Okay.
map. I'll hold up a map.
Yes.
Okay, just so they can see.
Yeah,
That is good, yes.
When did that
And
short
the entrance
list?
is right under his index finger.
Right here.
yeah. I wasn't sure how big the map was relative.
Tavern. Guys, we have to go to the tavern.
No.
I'll have to go.
Busto.
I need to go to the store.
Busto is trying to go straight for the fucking inn. He doesn't
That's
give a
fair.
shit what you guys are doing.
Well, the inn has a tavern. That's what
Or
it's
the
on.
market, I should say.
Point taken.
Point taken.
They have an embassy.
No, it doesn't. They're on opposite sides of the river.
Screw it. I don't want to go to the market. I want to go to the embassy. I want to learn.
It's like a government building.
Okay.
Can I come?
I thought you wanted to get drunk.
Yeah, but I can pretend to be someone there.
Oh.
And I can pretend that you're someone else too.
Let's wait.
No, you go to the inn. We're gonna go check out the embassy. Let's go, Nick.
Who do you want to be?
Wait, the embassy? What is going on?
I want to be
My dad?
What is the
Gimbal
embassy?
Orion.
I would probably know, right?
The embassy?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Natish Provincial Empire has embassies in a lot of major towns and trading hubs around the world, or at least around the continent, in their sort of kingdom.
I'm not
So
going there.
yeah, so
Now that I heard the name, yeah.
an embassy is sort of the de facto rulership of the town after a while, but it is staffed primarily by outsiders.
Wait, outsiders? Or do they wear the
The
MTF
guards do. The
uniform?
guards do at least. They're like government
This
officials.
one does have guards.
Yeah, this one does have guards.
Well, I have a shoulder pad on.
Well, then-
it's literally one of theirs.
Don't
so
go. But me and Nick can go.
Get the inn
What if
over.
we pretend we're like royalty?
That's such a good idea.
Let's do it.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Wait! Hold on.
What?
Penelope.
Yes.
What was my name?
Your name was Cal because you're boring.
No, it
Can we
wasn't.
give you a new name?
Oh,
Gimbal.
Yes, it was. My name was Cal.
Let's name.
Gimbal.
Gimbal.
Let's name you
Wait.
Joshua.
Joshua's his.
Yes. Yeah.
Joshua Ryan.
I will be.
No,
I'll be. a
you're not
bodyguard.
Joshua. He's
I mean-
Joshua.
Okay.
Bodyguard of us, the
You know what?
royalty.
Anything we can do to fuck with these people, I'm down for.
Wait,
Yeah.
can you high piece? And I'm gonna give him basically all my weapons, and I want to act like I'm totally defenseless. What was that for?
Yeah. Wait. Can I
Yeah,
get
Buster's
a
just in the back of the
little-
car. Just
Can
I need to get to the end.
Can I get a little cleaner?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You can grab like a
I
spare
got it.
shirt or something.
I think I would need to
Thank you.
swim throughout the
Slick back
entire
her hair,
ocean
like-
to get a little bit cleaner.
Yeah.
I'll fix her up. Do I have to make a check for that?
A
See how-
fair
What else
Fancy
can I do to make
check.
myself seem better? I can be
Nothing.
You can put a shirt on.
No. I
Oh
will
wait,
just
no,
tie
button,
up my-
button your coat.
It's not a button. It has like a little rope, like a rope.
Oh, cool. I like that.
I'm
Hey.
gonna tighten my robe.
Orion, we should be.
Like
We should
fucking
be.
Hercules. The
Yeah.
guy
Does
from
anybody have
Dragon
shoes? Because
Ball.
I don't. I don't need shoes.
Yeah. Hey, do you want to be brother and sister? Cause we're royal.
Well, I'm a gnome. You're a halfling.
Yeah, but
that'll
our
work.
mom
No,
was
no,
your
no.
adopted.
You guys have to be.
I could be your pet polar bear
You have to be together. That's not gonna work.
for 10 minutes.
That's not.
Oh no, he turns back into Orion.
Wait, that guy's not a guy. He's a
But
bear.
I can instantly turn back into it again.
Yeah.
He just turns out of it and goes.
It can be instant. It goes.
That'd be so. They'd be like, wait. Oh no.
It's just.
Oh, don't worry. He just has fits.
It's just,
Okay,
it's just an illusion.
So
What?
you're going to be Penelope.
Yeah.
Gimbal.
What?
No, my name is
No, we're both Gimbal. I'm Gimbal. Gimbal.
Goldbrow.
Goldbrow.
No.
We could both be the
Gimbal
Orions.
and some- No.
Orion isn't smart enough except to change his name.
No. You're Orion Goldbrow.
No, I'm Gimbal.
Just trying to
Goldbrown.
roleplay.
GG.
Trying to roleplay.
GG. People call me GG for short.
No one. Orion would not be
I
saying
call
this
you
right now.
Gigi.
Gigi, my sister calls me Gigi.
Oh, wait, are we
Okay,
sisters?
we'll just say.
No,
Gigi.
we're brother
I'll
and
just say-
sister, not sisters.
All right, let's go to the embassy.
Cal, what's our story?
Cal, we need you for help.
What was our story before? We came from Joram.
I'm the daughter of a. Yeah, we came from Durham. I'm the daughter of a duke who's fancy.
I'm a prime minister.
Did you stop the cart, or are you just like careening in the buildings and like
You're my
running over
bodyguard.
people?
Cal, we're about to go in the river.
We hitched the horses next to the inn. Was what I was thinking. And
Yeah.
Busto
Can
can
somebody
get out
be
and
there,
go to
like-
the inn.
Yeah, that's what Buster's fucking
Wait a second.
doing.
I'm gonna give you Busto like 5 gold just to get that.
Oh, that's sweet.
Wait, yeah, you didn't have
I'm a
any,
6.
right? You don't have any. Yeah, 5 gold.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wait.
Go get some sleep.
So you're my bodyguard.
Our
I'm
bars
rich
Why do
and
this interaction
famous.
first
And
while they
so
talk?
am I. We're brother
We're
and sister.
brother and sister.
So we're both
We
rich and
don't
famous.
look alike.
We don't need
That's
to.
fine.
We're those
You can be
weird
adopted.
twins that I
No,
can't
you guys
think of. I
are
can think of
not
regular
brother
twins,
and
Siamese
sister. You
twins.
have to be together. They're not gonna fall for that.
They're royalty. Why not both?
Who says
yeah,
that? Who said that?
Who the fuck said that?
Brother, sister. Who's older? I'm older.
Yeah, because you look old.
Well, 'cause
He's
I
just
am
short.
older.
He's not a gnome. He's just short. Let's go with that.
Yeah, I'm white and short and can speak gnomish. I'm not a gnome.
They don't know you can speak gnomish.
Wait,
Well, if I
Orion.
talk
What are they
Gnomish.
reading your fucking character sheets? They're like, says right here you're a gnome.
He's
No,
about
they're
to-
not doing
I'm
that.
gonna go in and talk
He
draconic.
flexes on them. Wait, hey Orion, you should be my boyfriend. Like my
There we
rich,
go.
my
That
rich
sounds-
fancy boyfriend
Actually,
from like
I think it
another.
would be the other way around, to be honest.
What, she'd be the boyfriend? I see how it is.
No.
Just got riggedy wrecked.
She would be the rich one.
Well, I know I'm rich, but he's also rich,
Yeah,
right?
I have to.
No.
Rich people don't like
He has
poor
a
people.
bag full of meat.
I don't
thought he
anymore.
put his
I got
meat
rid of that
away.
for this moment exactly.
Okay.
In preparation for this very moment.
Exactly.
All right, everyone.
Okay.
Let's just go.
Oh
Let's
my
just
gosh,
go.
I'm so
If it
excited.
doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. We're not
Wait a
gonna
second.
arrest
Can we make like a crown?
No, we cannot make a crown.
I could make a copper crown if I had an hour.
We don't have an hour.
I'm just imagining you guys being so confused and just walking up and Orion goes, I'm a bear. No, wait. Shit.
Oh, a gnomish.
She's a bear. Fuck. No.
I'm Orion Gimbal. Wait, what?
Okay. Over the plan one more time.
Wait,
Penelope Goldbrow
yeah.
and her new boyfriend,
What's your fancy last name?
Gimbal Orion.
No.
Gimbal Orion.
No.
It works as long as
I can't
Stop.
remember anything else. I'm so happy.
Gimbal Orion. Okay.
Okay.
There we go. That sounds perfect.
What
okay?
time is it?
And I'll be myself. Let's go towards the embassy.
Okay.
I won't say a
Wait,
word
who are
unless
you?
I need to.
His
I'm
name is Joshua. He's my bodyguard.
Joshua. That makes.
What's your
that
last
makes-
name?
Oilun. Same as
What
mine.
kind of last name is that?
You just swapped yours around, fuckface.
I know, Gimbal's the first name. That's a great first name.
Guys, can we do the heist? What's the objective? To
Oh,
get
payday
free
two, let's do
stuff.
it.
Yeah, what are you guys doing?
We just want to fool everyone.
That's
why?
not true.
But why?
So they'll be nicer to us.
It has
Alright,
no
Wait,
relevance
that's a good point. Why are we doing
to
that?
the
Fun.
fucking story.
It's for fun.
I'll go in first.
We need to get information on the town.
We never have fun.
Just go to the harbor.
Okay, I'll go first, you go second, you go third, because then it'll be like dominoes and we get bigger as we go. It's not like dominoes, what the fuck is that? Let's do this! Alright, we're gonna go in. I'm first.
Wait, so we're like dominoes?
Bust the door open.
Excuse me.
Wait, shouldn't we all do it together?
No, the door's
Just
only big enough
fall.
for one of us.
They just all walk in, fucking become mummies, and just fall face first into the fucking floor.
Needless to say, the guards are confused.
Okay, let's do this. Ready? Who's going in first? You go in first.
I'll go in first.
Yeah, and
I'll go in last 'cause I'm the
announce us.
richest. Oh my
Announce
God.
us. No, I'm the richest.
Shh, they don't need to know that.
Okay.
Did you take your shoulder thing off?
No,
Okay.
because it makes me look like an MPF.
Bodyguard.
Oh my fucking god.
Okay, shut up. You're not here. Let's go in. Kick the door. I said on the outside.
Why are you just fucking dropping
Okay,
the door?
I'm gonna try to. Are they
If it's fucking locked, this is
So
shit.
so you guys head up to the embassy, which is kind of on a more raised, like almost like a little hill, upwards, so that it kind of towers over the rest of the town. And it's just this big, like imposing stone building. But as you walk forward, these two NPF guards dressed in those traditional gray uniforms, very guard traditional, just cross their spears and look at you and go, "Halt! Who are you?"
Gimbal Orion.
Nope. Sorry about him. He's quite obnoxious. We're from Dioro. This is Penelope Goldbrow. She's quite high up. I'm just a bodyguard.
She's my
I was ready-
girlfriend.
She didn't get with the brightest, like we could say. But
She's just in it for the money.
is there any way we could get in? Well, okay, what does the embassy do? Look, can I understand this before
We're searching asylum.
Okay.
seeking?
So here, this is out of character for a sec. So when the NPF, when Dioram and the NPF spread their influence and like take over these little cities, they replace the like original ruling class with this little embassy where they send their higher ups to kind of rule over the affairs of town. And Telachek Harbor is a particularly affluent trading center, so they set up an actually permanent embassy here that is now just operating as kind of the government building.
Would they have information on like the royal family or anything?
If there happened to be like a duke or a higher up, maybe, but they
No, like files or documents or. Is that
no.
just- I
It's
don't know.
basically they have stuff on Telachek, but like it's basically it starts off as an embassy and basically just becomes the castle.
Basically, like the Capitol building.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
All right, so continue from what I was saying.
Yeah.
Let us in.
So
Sorry,
they kind of
let's
look
him
at you
once again.
and one of them picks out his spear and kind of taps you on the shoulder
Oh
plate
shit.
and goes, UX NPF?
Yeah, I decided to leave it, and I got the okay from my higher ups, so I decided to go to something a little bit smaller where I can protect people like this.
Yeah, like me.
A little bit smaller, but you're guarding a royal?
Two royals.
Between you and I'd pay you better if you ever wanted to leave as well.
I'm a president.
Bullshit better, Adrian.
They
You have like
look
8
at you
stories you could go with
and,
right
and
now.
the,
I know,
the,
but-
the two guys kind of regard you for a
Cal.
second.
have a
Can you
knife.
roll deception for me?
Yeah, I'd love to.
I'm a president.
Roll fucking
There aren't even presidents in this
quadruple
fucking-
disadvantage.
23.
Okay.
See,
The
I
two
am a
guards,
president.
they bow to you and they say, Madam, I believe you should have taken a proper regiment with you when you left.
Excuse me.
I'm talking to her.
Careful,
Okay.
the horns tingle.
Yeah.
No, I can control.
Um,
Wait, did you say that in the game?
Yes.
He's like giddy
Don't-
with getting included.
Don't mind him.
The
Really
guard on the
excited.
left, Cal, is just looking at you like more and more intently.
Psst.
What's
your fucking name? Joshua. Psst. Come here.
You are literally the shittest at this.
Shh.
I'm sorry.
Kick his ass.
Continue.
No, I'm not going to
Why?
do
When
that.
they see how strong you are, they'll let us in.
That isn't how that works.
We
You're
have had-
asleep.
We have had royal families come up this way with their personal guard, but in the future, we'd prefer it if you bring a proper guard detail. It's a bit lowbrow to look.
That's what I wrote.
It's not a concern to us particularly, but other royals and higher ups might think less of you to be in
In good hands.
infernal blood, madam.
Understandable.
Well, I wasn't aware that you people had a tradition of prejudice here.
Yeah, you're racist.
Bum, bum, bum.
Darling, please.
I did just call one of them a racist, just to let you know.
Just
Why are you the
so that
worst at
you
this?
and I are on the same page.
Shut your fucking mouth.
And this isn't in the guard. I suppose you might not know this, Cal. You might not know this, but Cal, you know that a tradition of prejudice is very much what Dioram and its.
Yeah, they fucking suck.
Yeah,
Yeah, they suck.
Okay.
It's a good thing
He
I'm
says-
president of them.
Yeah, I'd say one of the guards kind of looks at you and says, it's not my place to judge your personal decisions, but I'd pick better guards.
Well, when one of you can serve me better, I might fire him.
Yeah, you're racist.
Darling, please. I'm trying to have a conversation.
What?
Why
Okay.
does he have like 2 IQ?
Can Busto please
just
go
a riot.
upstairs to the inn?
He is in the inn.
But he keeps talking, so he must not be in the
Yeah.
inn.
Cal, you notice the guard on the left has been really like starting to look suspicious of you, and at this point he actually steps down from this step and kind of starts to move in between you and Nick, and kind of puts his spear out and says, "Can I talk to you for a sec?"
Me, specifically.
Yes, you.
He'll kick your ass.
Is something wrong?
The
I
guard
recognize
talking to Cal doesn't respond, but the other guard just sort of looks at you and says,
Do I recognize him?
we'll get back to you in a second. He says,
That's what I'm doing right now.
he says, look, madam, it's not my place to judge your guard detail, but he's not coming inside with you. I hope you understand.
That's fine. I just don't want to have any trouble on my hands.
And he says, we have the best guards. It's quite an establishment in there. If you'd like to go in, do you have an appointment, or
Yeah.
or are you just here on personal business?
Personal business. I was under the impression that I wouldn't need an appointment.
Yeah, she doesn't need an appointment.
Can you roll deception with disadvantage for Orion's comment?
Fuck. I supported her.
Yeah, but badly.
Jesus. Fuck me. 12.
Wait, was your first roll better or worse?
It was worse.
See, it doesn't matter.
Shut up. The guard kind of regards you for a second, and he, with the butt of his spear, kind of taps his partner for a second, who looks back at him and then just sort of nods, and he steps to the side and pulls his spear away to let you through the door.
I'll have you know, if anything happens to Joshua, expect a bill from my father.
Yeah.
And I will go inside.
Expect a bill from my father-in-law.
he actually, as you're going by Orion, he kind of like butts you in the back of the head with a spear to just push you
Back
through
my
the door.
head.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You're really short, dude. You don't have horns.
I look back at his kneecap and scowl.
It's like, fuck your kneecaps, man.
Jesus Christ.
I'll throw a glowing orb at you next time you do that, bitch. I got 7 of them, 8 of them.
I'm
How many
big
do I
scared.
have? You should be big scared.
So dumb.
So dumb.
Bring it on. Ryan doesn't know what a city is, really.
Yeah,
What is royalty?
So Cal, you watch as Nick and Orion are ushered inside, and then this second guard kind of puts a hand on the small of your back and starts leading you around the corner, because you're right by one of the edges. He sort of leads you around a corner
Like an
away from the
alleyway.
door. Yes, exactly like an alleyway.
Well, nobody can see.
Can you make a perception check for me real quick?
That's like
14.
literally.
Actually, insight. Sorry.
Inside, 17.
17. As you're walking away, you
They're gonna hurt me.
see that the first guard is like kind of watching, like he looks kind of confused.
About why they're moving me?
Exactly.
Whipping.
And
There's 2 of them moving me.
just
There's
one. One of them staying behind. The other one is kind of
Oh,
escorting you away.
Okay.
And so, as you approach the corner of this building, he sort of seems to start to speed up, and then he just sort of pushes you around the side of the building, and he kind of puts his hands to the side and goes, "Cal, what are you doing here?" But we'll get back to that in just a sec.
I think it would.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
So Nick,
Yeah.
you've just walked into the embassy
With
and
Orion.
with Orion. Orion's there too. And you see, it's this like, it's a very square sort of building, but it seems to all be basically one room. There's a bunch of these little bookshelves with what look like sort of the medieval equivalent of like census books. So it's like
Right.
all of these just books detailing things around the town, and then a scattered assortment of little tables with various maps laid out. But it seems surprisingly empty, all things considered. There are 1 or 2 people milling about on this like upper loft area at the like west side of the building, but there doesn't seem to be anyone in the downstairs section where all those shelves and tables are.
So there's like a bunch of like loose maps running around.
Yeah.
Can I just like take one and put it in my pocket?
I mean, the people up top might see you. You can roll stealth.
I want to badly roll stealth.
You don't have to. If you want to just grab it.
No,
and
I want
stuff it in
to
your
look like
pocket.
I'm trying to hide it, but I just want to be like.
It's like when you're really shit at like hiding shit. You're just like,
It's like I'm just gonna go like.
It's like a magic trick where it's like,
ball.
Yeah, no,
I'm gonna show it to everyone, then
Like-
put it in my pocket.
like a child in a candy store. Orion kind of rushes forward and just starts grabbing maps off
But I
the table.
gotta act like I'm like.
Yeah.
I want as many
You're the
maps as I
fucking
can
worst.
fit
You're the worst.
in my robe.
I love you.
Can I roll a sleight of hand to like take them out of his robe as he's putting them in and put them back?
I would try to notice that. I would try to notice that.
Do sleight of hand, contest his perception.
My
Perception, but I'll give you advantage. 'cause-
roll, my perception roll?
Yeah.
Okay, not my passive perception. Thank God he gave me advantage. That was a 1.
That one.
That one was an 18, so I have a 22.
Yeah, 16.
16.
She
Yeah,
got
no.
she rolled an 8 though, so it's a +8.
That
God
was
damn.
scary.
Yeah, so Orion, as you're stuffing them in, you feel like another hand kind of trying to yank them
Babe,
out of
not
your
right now.
grasp.
Jesus Christ, put them back.
No,
We can pay for them. We have money, remember?
no, we're just rich. We're not really rich.
It's like 3 gold coins.
That's not true. I think I have 10
4.
more than that.
13.
Yeah, but can I tell you something about pretending to be rich? You have to pretend to be rich.
Nobody's here. You don't have to do this, but okay. Can't see your mouth from there.
No, there's.
As I continue to stuff everything, I just want to fill one pocket, but I want to like stuff everything in my pocket. I want it to like be
Just
portraying.
random papers and
I want
stuff.
maps to be portraying from the pocket.
Portraying?
Protruding.
Oh.
But I did say portraying.
Yeah.
Is this information just on this area, or is it from a lot of places?
Like the first one he put in his pocket was like a map. It looks like he's just stuffing like tax
I'm
returns
ripping
in his
pages
pocket
out
now.
of books. At this
Good
point.
God. What about the books on the wall?
They all look like government information. So censuses, like cost and returns. There are a couple.
Local?
Yeah,
All
all
local?
local. All
Okay.
local.
They have a phone book.
So
Even
the
though there's no phones.
the location that the priestess gave us to where the cage
That could be
was.
useful.
Yeah.
Me
If I
too.
look at one of these maps that Orion is trying to take, would it be quicker to get there on a boat or on land? 'Cause we're right on the coast.
That's actually.
Yeah, you could probably take a boat.
Boat.
I mean,
boat,
this is a
boat,
harbor
boat.
town. They have boats.
Okay.
Yeah, but quicker to get to the.
That's
Place
why
we
you should
need to
check
go.
the census data to see how much
Boats
people
go
are
quicker,
charging.
but it might be out of
right
the way.
on the shore. It's just a ways down.
Do
Yeah,
the
but
people
do we
upstairs
wanna-
notice what I'm
but-
doing yet?
Do we want to take a boat though? I'm sorry.
When you
Hey!
have 1,000 IQ.
Okay.
Just saying.
Yeah, no, I'd say after a couple seconds of you are you just going table to table grabbing shit?
I'm going to table to table, looking up at them, and when they look down, it's like,
Well, the tables are like kind of high, so you probably have to like hop
I
up
can
and
jump
grab.
and grab them.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
so
like a
after
game.
after
Someone
a
on the
few
other side
minutes,
of the table is like-
Nick, you see one of them kind of starts to notice you guys, and then he walks over to this railing and like places his hands on it, and leans over and goes, are you supposed to take that?
I'm sorry, he's inbred. We'll get them back to you.
He says,
Oof.
he says,
I'm not in debt.
okay. Well, follow-up question.
No, you play-
Who are
play
you?
as
Who
dumb
is
as me.
who is he?
12.
Oh,
You
I'm
have almost
sure you've
double
heard of
my
me.
intelligence.
Haven't you heard of me? Do you recognize this?
She's the queen and I'm the president.
Shut up!
This is- I'm afraid not. Has your family been through here before?
I'm
No.
not sure. We tend not to visit lesser places.
Ooh.
However,
We have Thanksgiving at
Um,
my folks.
Ooh.
He actually does. He looks kind of amused by that response. Like you can see him kind of taken aback, but then he starts almost like chuckling to himself, and he kind of leans further over the railing to get a better look at you too. And he says, "No, I'm not. I'm afraid I don't recognize you."
well, it's fine, I suppose. We'll work on that.
I can turn into a bear.
Why do you
No.
literally play him like you have 6
I'm going
IQ?
to.
Yeah, why are you doing that? That's not character.
Because he's very nervous. And this is
Oh,
what he
that's
does
true,
when he's
that's true.
nervous. He just says what's on his mind.
I'm gonna stick to talking to you for now.
Yes, that's probably
If
I'm gonna
That's
keep
alright.
borrowing these
Thanks,
five,
Windows.
and I go back to putting
He
maps
kind of
in my
he kind of
mouth.
looks at you, and then he snaps his fingers, and a trio of those gray garbed guards sort of comes around and starts heading down the stairs towards you.
In game, I'm gonna go.
Put the phone back up.
Just, like, spinning in circles.
That's
Like a
great.
bat.
I love that.
Just like lean up and like act like I've just been here a while.
I really wish the guards would come down with newspapers and just bat you in the head.
those sprayers and
But
spritz
hopefully
with
they
water.
didn't see that because they were on the stairs.
No, you see the figure at the top. He laughs and seeing you do this and snaps his fingers again, and the guards kind of look up at him and then go back.
Can
up.
I have that power too?
He says, no,
Will you let
absolutely
me
not.
talk to the nice man.
I've been letting you talk. You just keep stopping and giving me perfect times to speak.
Well, I'm Penelope Goldbrow. My father's Duke Goldbrow back in Diorum. If you write a letter anyways, you can inquire anyway. This is my fiance, Gimbal. And I'll be completely honest with you because I've had the worst week of my life. My father and his father thought it would be good and thought it would be good for money, and I thought I would be getting his brother.
My
so
father died.
Oh, big oof.
I have to deal with this every second of every
She
time.
told me she loved
So the
me.
figure up there, he kind of seems to excuse himself from the
She's not even lying.
the little conglomerate he's talking to, and he comes down the stairs to meet you, and actually just puts out a hand to shake. And
Yeah, I shook his hand.
yeah,
Or no, wait, I
He
don't.
ignores you.
I'm gonna take his hand anyway.
I don't shake it. I do that thing.
oh yeah, no, I'd say he
Yeah.
takes your hand, and he gives you a slight bow, and he says,
God, you're a dick.
Okay, that's enough.
To speak
Jesus.
smart.
well,
That's
it's a
true.
pleasure to be
Royalty.
acquainted with you, Penelope.
She's good at being.
My name is Waterhouse, Eric Waterhouse.
Eric Waterhouse. That's
I'm not gonna write
lovely.
that
It's
down.
sort of my job to make sure everything stays tip top around here, and to talk to your type.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, not you. I wasn't talking about you.
I see what you did there. That's very clever.
Well, this
It's
is
very
a
smart.
port town. I assume you have watercraft.
Oh, he says, "Oh, we have the best. We have the pleasure to still be managing to keep Chesnick around here. At least we've probably got another 6 or so years of his work, at
I
least."
forgot what her name was. Penelope Goldbrow.
And he says, "So, are you here on any personal business? We have been having a pretty slow run recently. The Emperor hasn't been very concerned with our affairs."
Where is he?
Yes.
The Emperor.
The Emperor of Diorum is in
we
Diorum.
should know him. I work with him. I'm the president.
You're not.
I thought you meant of Telachek. I am sorry.
Ugh.
He actually takes like a long step to stand in between
Yeah,
you
okay,
two,
thank you.
and he looks at you and kind of and he goes,
While he's preoccupied, can I go upstairs?
"You can definitely try and go up the stairs."
I'm not gonna do this sneakily. I'm just gonna bolt for the stairs.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'd say you make it
why?
up like 3 steps before those guards from before just grab you by the arms and like
Like, all right,
literally just
all right.
lift you off the ground so your feet.
I was
can't
like, all
touch.
right, I'm 2 feet tall. This you don't need 3 guards to. All right, cut it out. I can get a lot bigger. I'm a bear.
Eric kind of looks up at them and then looks down at you and says,
I'm sorry.
he kind of looks. He kind of seems to be trying to whisper. He says, "Can I get him out of here?"
You're my fiance. You
I
said you loved me.
know.
Literally the dumbest person.
And darling, wouldn't it be nice if you went and waited at the hotel?
No, because we got like a really big friend over there.
Okay. Hey, and he snaps his fingers and says, and the guards kind of look up and he says, go tie him to one of the benches, okay?
Thank you.
And they drag you off to a corner of the room and take a rope and actually physically tie you
Iconic.
to one of those like desk benches, and then just sort of step back and stand maybe
I'm
a step
what
away
kind
from
of
you.
damage am I gonna do at 2 feet tall?
You're gonna kick him in the shins.
All right, you better hurry up because I'm not having this.
Yeah.
Go faster.
Anyways, so
I love how you gave me all your weapons.
Not my one that I can do whenever I want.
That's true.
I can turn 2 sizes bigger.
Just break the bench. You just.
You know, I wondered at one point how you guys managed to get arrested in the 3rd episode. I'm starting to understand.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's his fault.
It's always his fault every
every
time.
single time. Anyways,
Because he's acoustic. He's
No,
dumber than
that's
me.
a guitar.
No,
Anyway,
yeah.
example.
Well,
Eh?
believe believe it or not,
Second example.
this was actually supposed to be some sort of honeymoon, and I just want a trip.
I paid for it. No, you didn't.
I just want a trip down the coast. I just want a boat. I just want a nice trip.
This is. He says, "Well, I have a stunning recommendation for you. Then we're actually," and he points back up to the people up top. He says, "We're actually in the middle of discussing some new trade routes right now.
Really?
So I could delay our request to Chesnick if you'd like to go commission him first. That would be fine with me. If you're not needing such a large boat, we're working on almost a freighter class shuttle right now. But
What's his business? Building?
oh, he's a shipwright.
Oh,
Best in the world, really."
isn't that just nice?
He says, "Really is," and he says, he really does. He won't show it, but he does enjoy the commission of any sort of royal. If your father was to pay for a boat, or even just you through your father,
My father's dead.
I'm sure he'd be more than happy to prepare something for you.
Is he alright with, is he alright with monthly payments, split payments, or does he require everything up front?
Wait, how much did he say it was?
He didn't say anything.
Oh, he didn't say it was anything? He's just saying it will cost money.
Yeah.
Can we go now?
Gives
He
him
says-
2 copper.
He says, he's Chesnick is a bit eccentric, a little bit too talented for his own good. You could talk to him.
Yeah.
He's fairly amicable. He doesn't seem it, but make it past the prickly outer coating, and he really isn't too bad a fellow.
Can we go now?
Alright.
Are you saying these like all these comments in game?
Yeah, I really gotta pee.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no. After the next comment, Eric kind of looks up at the guards and just does this, and they get out a rope to like put through your mouth to
Great.
try and shut you up.
Great.
I'm not. He actually asked me to tie him. I
Oh.
want to clarify something.
Please don't untie him.
I'm not
Just
going
never
to.
untie
It's on
him.
my camera.
It's just that you understand my father doesn't think I'm responsible at spending money yet, and he only allows me so much per month. But
Doesn't think.
this would be nice.
Make a persuasion check for me.
Gurgle, gurgle.
Don't say gurgle. I gotta
That's
pee.
nasty. 19.
19. Okay. Yeah. Waterhouse looks at you again and goes. And he goes over to one of those tables that Orion had been ransacking. He's kind of going through, and he seems to have to shuffle through a few things before he gives up and goes to another table and grabs a piece of paper off of it, and then pulls a pen out of his back pocket and like signs a few things real quick, and then he hands the paper back to you, and he says, "Here you go. Official notice. You're free to request the services in term of Telachek. You will still have to pay, but it will give you #1 priority at least."
Yeah, first class.
You are such a darling. Thank you so much.
He says, "Oh, you're very welcome. It was a pleasure to meet you. We always enjoy having visitors here."
Aww.
And I am so sorry that you had to deal with this.
She has to deal with everything.
We don't have to untie him if you don't want. We can have them carry him outside for you.
That would be lovely.
Oh, of course it would be fucking lovely.
Yeah. So, Cal,
She's not really loyal to you.
shut up. We'll get back to that in a second. Cal, you were just brought around the side of this building, and this taller, vaguely elven, older, like white-haired fellow has just asked you what you're doing here.
Excuse me, how do you know my name?
Oh, he goes, we serve. It's Charles.
Get the fuck out of here! No, it's not.
shit.
I can't write it down. I can't write it down.
God. It's Charles.
Write it down. Write that down.
Charles came back.
Thank you.
And he kind of goes to you and he says, and he like looks at you and he says, you're lucky none of the others recognize you. He says, They've got a bounty on your head in our ranks.
What? Why?
You're a deserter, Cal. He says, says, and he kind of whispers, he says, Merton says the first of them to bring back your head is promoted. There's a lot of people who'd really like a piece of you.
Are you serious?
He says, yes. Dead as a doornail. That's how he said it. He says, what the fuck are you doing here?
Me and the new group of people. I assume you recognize that one. I walked off with her.
Doesn't look familiar to me. It's the one you left with all that time ago. You're still with her?
She's been a very good friend.
They'd
Better
want to
than-
kill her too. This... Cal, you got... and he kind of like, he looks and he goes, I knew you were impulsive, but Jesus, man.
We're here to do something. We're here to do something good. Not in Telachek.
Is-
But we're spending the night, at least.
Says, well, at least be careful. They're not gonna care what your motives are.
Where's Alder? Where's Private Alder? Where's everyone else?
There's been a few changes in regiment since you left. Alder... We lost Alder a while back. Not that long after you left, actually. Banshees, man. We were down in a cave in southern Atoma again. And she didn't make it out.
Gonna have me to save you guys again.
Mertens is still kicking. Old bastard. Well, I'm not part of it anymore. I don't know how many of the originals are left, so we definitely didn't get as much action after you left, though.
Don't doubt that.
It's a bad move coming back, though.
Not doing it for me.
He says, fine. Don't tell me, though. They have... Look, it would just be best if... It would be best if we didn't know each other. Alright, Cal?
Sounds good, Charles.
No, and he pats you on the shoulder, and then kind of... His face changes, just like starts like mock poking you with the spear and brings you back around the side. Almost like actually pushing you so you stumble forward, and then sort of leads you back over to the door where the other guard is posted. Yeah, and then a few minutes later, Orion, the door is opened and Orion, now bound and gagged, is just tossed out the front door, down the steps and right to your feet. And then
I'm like, okay, I kinda knew this was gonna happen.
and then Nick comes very like royally striding out a few seconds later.
I'm gonna untie Orion and take the thing out of his mouth and throw it up.
I'm not untying him.
I know.
I was like,
Just to
you're like that.
Ryan's
You're
untied.
like that
No,
until
it's
break.
fine. I'll deal. I got myself into this. I can do myself.
Okay.
He's actually, I'm trying to untie
So,
himself.
Interesting, not you.
So we should go back to the inn.
I'm not going to the inn. I'm going.
I was wondering where you moved that. I was moving the hat to look at his mouth.
Chesnick and Sons.
what is that? What is that?
The boat.
What is
The boat.
What's Chesnick and
What?
Sons? Is that like a
It's
bait
the
shop?
Boat, it's the boat builder.
Guys,
It's a boat builder?
You guys haven't been big. It's Chesnick, the person that we
Yeah.
talked
Oh, yeah.
about.
Sorry,
This
I was
entire
like, really
time.
focusing on that conversation that was about to happen.
Josh, will you carry my dearest darling as
Can I have my weapons back, please?
back to the inn? We need to have a talk about some things.
I'm gonna throw him over my shoulder,
Mhm.
and then I'm gonna hold my jaw as if Charles punched me. Look at him and kind of give him a wink with the eye that's away from the other guard.
No, you see Charles. The other guard is like trying to move forward, and Charles just has a hand like on his
Great.
chest. He's just like looking at him, and he looks back at you and just kind of goes, "Out of here."
Yeah, I'm I'm gonna bring all of us back to the inn.
Yeah.
All right.
You picked me up.
And we will find ourselves back at the inn in about 12 minutes after we take a quick break. So stay tuned. We got a funny video. It's going to be great fun. We'll be back in 12 minutes. See you then.
Bye, guys.
Excited?
See
You're
you after
excited?
the break.
Let's go. Break. Back. Welcome
Oh,
back.
got her back. Yay.
Real quick,
Welcome back.
we just wanted to say thank you, Alcapone 270, Brandon Mobay. We appreciate it for the $25 donation. Thank you so much. We really appreciate
It
it.
means so much, dude.
Thank you.
Brandon.
Like,
Seriously, thank
genuinely.
you.
Thank
very,
you.
very much. Thank you very much.
We really appreciate it.
We really do. Anyway, let's continue.
Anyway,
Love those.
I was
glasses.
hoping you'd talk a little bit longer so I could finish eating this.
I love those
Oh.
glasses, Trevor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
those are
glasses are
nice.
very
Yeah.
sexy.
Thank you.
Oh.
Sexy schmexy, man. And
They're
now
really
they're gone.
cheap too, actually.
Yeah.
Just like my life.
No, he means in price because we bought them. Anyway. Bestow.
I got my hands with.
Hello.
He did get his hands back.
Yes,
Yeah.
he untied them himself.
Good
I
job.
did.
So
It
proud.
only
of you.
took
Call me
him like
Orion Houdini.
15 minutes.
He actually took his shirt off and wrapped it around and untied it from the front.
It's not true. I didn't take it off. I just
Not
put the
true.
arms like that
All right,
and then flipped it around.
let's continue.
Whatever.
I just want the story
It
to be
doesn't matter.
truthful.
Bestow, you have been enjoying a quick drink,
Asshole.
sort of sitting on the edge of this little tavern and watching out the window when you see your or not the caravan, you see the three of them coming back, and they look to be in some sort of a heated argument, mostly directed towards your good man Orion.
I've been picked up, right? Like
Yeah.
He's over my shoulder.
Yeah.
I would like. Can I fight out of that?
I mean, sure.
Yeah, I want to fight out of that. What do I roll? Dex or something?
Dex, sure.
Or athletics?
Go ahead and roll athletics.
Do I use strength to hold him down?
You're not gonna win.
I have +8.
He's gonna not play. I'm telling you it right now.
19.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No.
Yeah. No, he just sort of flails. And I'd say
And grab my weapons.
I cast inflict wound. Nothing.
no.
I turn into
I'd
a
say
bear
he
and
rolls-
eat his head.
He rolls forward over and like falls past your back down to the ground.
Grabbing my weapons on the way down.
They're attached to me.
Roll sleight of hand,
Yeah.
I guess.
For each weapon?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. And take the lowest.
That's nice. I like
I
it.
thought I could just do for each weapon.
Because it gets harder
This
with
sleight of
each
hand for
one
this
more
one,
you
this
need
sleight of
to-
hand for this one, and this sleight of
Just
hand
have
for
one
this
roll for all three.
I just roll once.
No, roll for each of the weapons.
Take
Bad.
the lowest.
Bad. Bad.
That's +2, bro.
11.
Close your eyes.
Yeah, I'd say you get
I
one
got
of
a
the
nat 20 on the last one.
Oh.
But I got 11.
you
in
get
all.
one of the axes, but it doesn't like just come off his back, so you
I'll-
grab it and then just like swing into the back of his legs, and then fall onto the ground.
Does he take any damage?
No,
That would be fucking hilarious.
you're gonna pull backwards.
Do I
and
get to
it'll
keep
fall
at least
over.
one axe though?
You can just take the axes off.
I'm just gonna stand up, drop all of his shit into the mud, and just keep walking.
That's how I like them anyway.
Cool.
Wait,
Yeah.
Cal, if he goes and fucks up our chances with the
Bitch.
boat guy, we can't.
By the way, yeah, I am going to Chesnick and
Yeah,
Sons.
we need to talk
Alright,
to that guy
okay, Nate,
first or later.
Come on, dude.
That's where
You have to ruin
Orion.
every single
I'm
fucking
not
thing
ruining
about it.
anything. That's where Orion is going. For reasons I can't discuss.
Cal, will you get it?
No, I already fought him.
Cal and Orion fight.
I'm gonna try to grab him as he's running away.
Yeah, strength versus dexterity, I'd say. Just you're
Wait.
trying to grapple him, right?
I'm
So
fucking
just-
Dex. He wins.
Dex? I win.
Wait, what do I
You're-
roll? Like
you're
just
rolling-
straight Dex?
Do I roll strength?
if you're trying to not get caught, yeah.
Yeah, Dex.
Do I roll strength?
He wins.
Yeah, 15 plus
He wins.
something.
So I'd
This is
say
bullshit.
Cal runs up and just like bear hugs you from behind.
I'm gonna fucking.
Now, Orion, we do
I'm
not
gonna
get
turn
to
into
go
a bear.
running off. No, you're not.
Yeah, I am. I've told you. I need to do. I'm doing this for a reason.
You know what? No, I'm just gonna let him go. Whatever. Fuck
Right
it.
before I turn into a bear, is that
Yeah,
metagame?
I'm just gonna drop it. No, I'm just gonna drop it.
I mean, he's still turning into a bear.
That's fine.
How'd you roll on your?
I succeeded.
Okay. Yeah, no, you just drop him and he just into a bear.
Large size bear.
Wait, Orion, can we talk about this?
No.
You can't talk. You're a
Yes, I
bear.
can. I can
You
talk
can't?
as a bear.
Oh yeah. Okay.
In all the languages I know, plus I think bear.
Don't. Okay. Yeah, bears don't have any like.
I can talk to other bears.
No.
Well,
Can I
Roar,
become a bear?
snarl, grr. Roar, roar, snarl.
Grr, grr.
I just figured out.
well, next
What I
time
need-
we
what
see you,
particle
I'm gonna
physics?
stab you and consider your worms gone.
Okay.
Whatever.
Off to Chesapeake
Okay.
with probably some weird looking looks being
Because
thrown.
you just
my
turned
way.
into a bear.
I did just turn into a bear.
You're a polar bear and you're by the ocean.
I am a white bear, and I'm gonna cross the bridge. I'm not even gonna swim. Oh wait, no wait. I'm already on the right side of the bridge. All right. No, I ain't gonna cross the bridge. I told you why I'm doing this, and God damn it, I'm
Doesn't
gonna get
make
my
sense,
way.
Trevor. Doesn't
What?
make sense why he's doing this.
I see his logic.
There are other ways to do it, but this is the way Orion's doing it.
He's still an idiot, but I just
Really
love the
fuck up
various faces of
everything.
just
I know.
annoyance.
That's why I'm looking right at you.
Yeah. Fucks up everything.
All right,
You're
so
asleep.
Even the person
Well-
with 6 intelligence cannot find a way to fuck up every situation as bad as you can.
Oh my god. That's so true.
Dude, I don't even know what the fuck a boat is.
You have double my intelligence. Literally.
I do. I have 12 intelligence.
He
has
has
6.
double
See-
me. Intelligence
the
is
difference is
long.
Orion is an asshole.
That's
Yeah.
I'm an asshole that doesn't know what the what the fuck's going on
Wasn't
in the
everyone
city.
saying that Orion was the nice one like 2 days ago?
well,
He
because
was
he used to be
being nice.
nice.
Back in
Still
my
pretty
day.
nice. I'm out of my element, my friend. I've never been here. I don't even know what a
I've
boat
never
is.
been here either. That doesn't mean I'm being a dick.
Honestly, I've never seen a boat in my life.
Okay, go on, go fucking run.
I want to go see what this boat thing's about. All right,
Sure.
are you going with me or with them?
I'm gonna go with them.
I thought
To
so.
start with. Yeah, so Buster, you see this whole little argument go down outside, and then
Excuse me.
Cal just like throws his hands up, and Orion turns into a bear and runs off in the other
I'm
direction.
walking sassily.
Okay, sure.
As
That
a
is
bear,
word.
I love that.
I'd like to make a perception check to see if any guards notice him.
Sure.
No, they don't notice the polar bear running through the streets.
Oh yeah. No, you see a few people like in those NPF uniforms walking around, or just see him and kind of like
go like
tap-
that to one of
kind of like tap their like the other one, like if they're in a partner they sort of like tap and point, and then a few of them kind of look at the others and then just start walking towards him.
Oh shit.
I figured something like this would happen.
I have a question, but I'm gonna wait until my turn.
Okay.
Thank you. How far away is he?
How far away are you?
How far? Yeah.
How far away was I with them?
You guys were only like 20, 35 feet.
I
away
just started
from
walking
them.
away, so probably 40 feet at most.
He's about 40 feet away.
Okay. I'd like to just kind of open the door, like take a couple steps out on the porch, and look at one of the guards. And can I just make the faint odor of a skunk, kind of just behind them? With Druidcraft.
Can you?
Yeah,
can
I mean you can do that.
Would they know the smells behind them? I
You
mean,
can't sense the direction it smells.
that's what I'm saying.
I mean they'll smell skunk, that's for sure.
Okay. Yeah,
Um,
that's
They'll just think you'll.
I mean,
smell
yeah, you
shit.
kind
That's
of
what
you
I'm
kind of
thinking he's trying to do.
you kind of will this into existence, and you see them kind of looking around for a second, and then one of them like points, and then they just sort of look at the bear, and then they just look confused.
That'll make
really.
them not want to come over.
It was more of a confusion thing, so you could keep walking.
Well, it confused the hell out of me.
For fuck's sake. And then just behind them, I'd like to make a skunk hissing sound. Just off, like, behind a building.
Skunks fucking hiss.
Yeah.
You got that?
Yeah, no, you see them kind of like go like this, and then they start like walking away from that area very quickly. But that is bringing them in the direction of him.
Yeah. I wanted them to go faster, so it's fine. It's perfect.
Anyway, Kalanick, what are you doing?
I'm going, yeah, into the inn.
Yeah, no,
Are
Buster.
you in the inner tavern?
I am on the porch right now.
Of the inner tavern.
It's the same building.
Oh,
No,
okay,
it's,
I'm
no,
sorry.
it's not. If
No,
you
it's not the same building.
read the thing, the tavern is on one side of the river and the inn is on the other
Yeah.
Oh,
side.
I apologize.
The inn has like a little tavern, like not a proper tavern, but they have a little area where you can get drinks.
Yeah,
that's where
that's
Busto is right now.
nice.
Okay.
Okay, that works. I need this because I gotta.
It's not a proper
talking about
tavern.
Someone else. Real quick question: is this like a little bridge you made to number 7?
Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
Okay. Hi, Busto.
Hello.
As you can see, that didn't work very well.
No.
I literally thought we could just like have fun together and be friends with him, but apparently not. So whatever.
He's doing his own things, whatever.
Wait, hey Cal, what did that guard want with you?
Nothing, he was just being a little bit mean, racist, prejudiced.
I can go
Insects.
knife him if you want me to.
It is
Shank him.
okay. It's completely normal, so I'm used to it by now.
Yeah, but I mean, so is me stabbing people.
Yeah, but you don't need to do that.
Okay.
Insight.
I mean, it's not totally truthful.
Oh, he didn't really ask him for anything, so he didn't want it.
Anyway.
Hey Busto,
Yes.
you wouldn't do something like what Ryan just did, right? Like we can count on you, right?
All I know is the bear needs to go on his own path.
Can you side with us for once? You just get mad at him for me.
Busto no like man.
That's fair. Can I have a hug?
It's a nice hug. He's very big.
Okay.
He could probably hug you with his hands.
Yeah, that's
if he wanted.
true.
I've seen the handprint sizes. You could.
So what are we? Oh yeah. So when we were in the embassy, I talked to the guy and I got this. I'm gonna take out the piece of paper. So apparently this is like if we show this to any of the business people around, they'll make us their top priority. And also I got our foot in the door in case we want to take a boat down to where Miss Delena pointed out, just in case if we think it'll be better than cart travel. But Orion might be fucking that up right as we speak, so maybe not.
May I?
Simply.
Just kind of look at Wolfie
Mm-hmm.
and cast Beast Bond.
Cast.
Beast Bond.
Okay.
Telepathic link with one beast you touch that is friendly to you. I can now see. I have line of sight of whatever the beast sees through the link, and the beast can understand your telepathic messages too.
This is a furry thing.
Absolutely.
And I,
Wait,
and I love it.
Can you see what he sees and what you see, or just what you
Yes,
see?
both.
Okay. Yeah. 100%.
And I would just like to telepathically tell Wolfie to follow.
Okay. Yeah.
I got a guard.
Nice, that's good.
Wolfie sets off
No, you got
at a
someone
run.
spying on you. It's not a guard.
Yeah,
I'm gonna think of it as a guard. Would I notice it?
No.
it's Wolfie. I'm
Yeah.
going to assume you will notice a wolf.
Fuck.
I would.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
It's a
I
wolf.
mean, I just was wondering. Jeez. Just look good.
Okay. Yeah, no, Wolfie scampers off down the path. Orion's made it a pretty decent way away.
Almost to the bridge.
He's being tailed by guards at this point, though. But Wolfie just sort of, you see him heading off in that direction.
Yeah.
Hey, if he gets arrested, what are we gonna do?
Leave me here. Leave him here?
Seriously?
Well, at this point, he's kind of just being a hindrance, isn't he?
Yeah, but I told
I
him
can
he was
tell.
my boyfriend. That would be so mean. Actually,
Fiance.
You think
If-
he actually believes that?
If you tell them you boy
Go on.
Busto
Yeah.
now does not understand what the word boyfriend is. Just came to that realization.
Yeah.
That's a boy.
Yeah, that's
He doesn't understand that.
if he friend,
Mhm.
then he no get yelled at.
What? If he gets arrested, though, what are we gonna do?
Okay.
Because it's basically like, I told that guy we were married, so it would look weird if we left him in jail. But
I mean,
actually,
understand.
actually, you know what? No, it wouldn't. But like he was nice to me one time. So do we really have
Orion
to?
was nice to you one time.
Yeah.
He's been nice to all of us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he was nice to me like once.
Oh. Okay. I'll take it. It's 1 million zero.
But that's like one more time than like almost everyone else. So I feel like we shouldn't just like leave him.
No, he's not a mean person. He's a nice person. He's just.
Let not worry. Now we
And Busto's kind of at this point like dazing off.
Busto.
And then I'm just gonna kind of point at the bartender. That's it.
Do you want a drink?
Go inside.
Okay. I'm gonna go inside, I guess.
The inn or the bar?
The bar.
Okay.
Go sit at the bar.
So you three head in. You find your own little spot on the bar, and the bartender serves you a couple of drinks. It's gonna be like a gold piece each. But
Ryan took all my money.
Okay.
but when he comes in, he seems to start like getting some things ready for you, and he goes, "Can I get you anything?" He sees you again, Buster, and he says, "Another mead."
I'll just have a water.
He says, "Sure. Can't account for taste. You darling."
Hey, where's the best place to swim?
He says, "Well, there's an ocean right outdoor."
Yeah,
You
but
can-
is there like a nice? I don't know. I never have gone in, so.
And he says, "Yes, I'd head down towards the more open parts of Dreamstrider Bay. Right in the harbor isn't so nice. There's a lot of fish guts and
Ew.
rope. But if you head just down a little bit, it's fairly nice."
Okay, thanks. And I'll have like whiskey if you guys have that.
He says, "Of course." And he starts serving you guys up a drink. It is gonna be a gold piece
Okay.
each.
Yeah.
I didn't do shit.
Wait for water.
And it's gonna be a gold piece for each of them.
Yeah.
He's just gonna
For
give
each
you
of
the
them.
water.
Each of them. Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he serves you your drinks and then walks down the bar to handle someone else.
Finished it real fast.
Good job. Yeah, you have your drinks now.
Nice.
Again, it's just as good as the first one, Busto. It's good water. The whiskey is
Also
it's okay.
Just like in the dog town. Right?
Yeah.
Anyone looking sketch?
There's like not a lot of people here.
Yeah,
There's like
sure, it's
one
the
or
same.
two other people. There's one other person at the bar and like a couple over at one of the booths.
Hey, well, Busto? Nick, if we're here, we might as well have some fun, so.
Go swimming.
Or,
That's fun.
we could go to the other tavern.
Yes.
Me and Nick will go, Busto. You sure?
Hey, Busta, will you bend down here? I'm gonna give him a kiss on the forehead.
No
Restore
hug. No
th-
hug. Keep
3
going like
points.
that. No hug.
You sleep
Thank-
off that
Thank you.
disadvantage.
Alright, I'm going to the tavern.
Yeah,
Alright.
me too. Oh, yeah?
Kyle,
Oh, never mind.
Yes, Busto?
you have map?
Yes?
No. From Dominic
Do I?
Paper?
You wanna make an insight check?
I'm very confused right now. It's 21.
21. Yeah, he's probably trying to explain the concept of the little paper that Dominic gave you back when you helped them out, and he said you could have a spot at the Pygmy House Inn.
Oh. His name was Dominic, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Even I remember that.
I forgot.
You fucking remembered it because I said it.
Shut up, Trevor. Shut up.
Oh.
I will give
Poor
him
guy.
the paper. Here you go, Busto. Don't lose it, okay?
No, no, no.
I'm just giving it to the bartender.
Me and Nick are gone already.
He rips it in half.
The
Here, you can
bartender
have
does
one.
not seem particularly interested in it.
Who I give?
I mean, he kind of looks at you and he looks at the note for a second and goes, "Oh, that'll be Livia and Maximus. I just run the bar here.
Olivia and Max.
Maximus.
You can just call him Max.
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 Okay. Where is Olivia Maximus Max?
Says, maybe, and he kind of reaches over towards me and kind of pulls her. He says, maybe stay off of the drinks for a bit. They're right next door. Innkeepers. They'd be the ones to talk to.
The sloth from you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Buster's just gonna kind of walk over, very tired, obviously,
Yeah.
and just
Are you Olivia Maximus Max?
Yeah. So you head out of the bar, and just a little ways down the porch and in the other door. And when you come in, you see that there are these two hallways leading deeper into the inn, and then this big, like, posh desk with like this like felt red covering. There isn't initially anyone behind it, but after a second, you hear a just, and then this very, the first thing you see really is this big, colorful hat, and then an entire kobold comes following in after it, and she kind of looks over the counter, and then you can hear her back up for a second, and then you hear, and she vaults up and like lifts herself over the counter to look at you, and she goes, "Oh, it's new customers." And she goes, "Oh, are you here to stay?" She grabs the paper and looks at it for a second and goes, "Oh," she goes, "Max, we got new customers." And a second later, a second kobold comes out. This one male in a very simple, no hat, or maybe just a very simple hat, and just sort of like a dark suit kind of thing. And he walks up and he kind of puts a hand. He says, "This is Olivia, stop." He goes, "Yes, I'm sorry about her. She's a bit excitable."
No problem. I excite too,
He says,
but I very tired.
He says, "It's part of a charm." He says, Are you here for a room?" That kind of thing. And Olivia goes, "Give him a room. Tell him about the rooms." And he goes, "Yes, Olivia. Are you here for a night? Multiple nights? Big room, small room? Details, friend."
Big room.
He says,
I big.
"And the nights? How long are you staying here for?"
Ooh, 2 moons.
Fine. Olivia.
Oh, we are.
54
Olivia.
days.
And you see Olivia has wandered off and started to get into something under the desk. And Max goes, "Olivia, go just take him to one of the seats, okay? You have. It's gonna be about 15 gold a night. Do you have anything to pay with?" Actually, Olivia has the note now, and so I'd say she runs up and like shows Max. She's like, "Look, Max, you've got the note." And Max goes, looks at it for a second, and goes, "This is lovely, but it's not money. Dom was nice though, so you can stay here at night before you have to pay. Is that okay?"
Thank you.
And he kind of gestures down to the left hallway and says, "Just go right down that way. Olivia will show you your room."
I have friends.
Friends.
My name, Shuttle Go Busto,
I'm not going to remember that.
and I have friend named Cal and Orion and Nick.
Oh.
They
Says-
they come and you show to my room. I sleep now. I tired.
He kind of just looks at you and sort of rubs his brow for a second. He just literally like actually just like taps Olivia on the back of the head and just goes, just let his friends in when they get here, okay? I'm gonna head back and get back to work. Enjoy your stay at Olivia and Maximus Strike. Bring the house in, yada yada yada. Enjoy your stay. And he
Thank you.
he walks back and Olivia leads you down the hallway towards your room. Cal and Nick, you're heading back across town, across the bridge to the tavern.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Okay. So you walk through the town. It's this very like nice dirt and cobble kind of mixture of a street until you get to the bridge, which is just solid like wood sort of thing. And then when you get across, the tavern is on your right, but Orion is on your left. He's just up a little path. You still a bear?
Yeah. I haven't made it there yet.
No, you made it there. You just got kicked out.
No, that's not. I already had a plan on how I was gonna go in and everything. I wasn't gonna
Okay.
be a bear and stuff in there. I already had a plan.
All right. All right. Let's hear this. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna leave you for a
Yeah,
second.
go for it.
Orion, a couple minutes ago, you arrived at Chesnick and Sons.
Yeah. And I see this all.
I'm being tailed by guards and stuff.
Oh yes.
How far are they?
Maybe 15 feet back.
Perfect.
They're not like
They're
inciting violence. They're just following you.
right, but I mean, if I go into a building, they're probably gonna do something.
They just seem to be wanting to make sure you're not getting into trouble.
Right. When I get to the door, it's probably not the best idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna cast Blood Curse of the Eyeless.
Which does what?
Makes them blind, I think.
Oh no, wait, that does not do what I thought it did. Not gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
This seems
right.
like a very well thought out plan.
Yeah, I know. I didn't read it because I thought I knew what it did, but it doesn't do that. So instead, I'm gonna improvise. I'm gonna go into the. I'm gonna go right into the building.
As a polar bear.
Trust me.
Yeah. Okay. You get past the door.
No, as soon as as soon as the door starts closing, I'm gonna transform back into me.
You're like, okay. You don't make it through the door, is what
What?
I'm trying to tell you.
Why not?
You start pushing the door open as a polar bear,
Tell you.
and you see this man standing at the opposite end of this little like shack. And he looks at you coming in, and then just like comes out from behind the desk, runs over to the door, and just starts trying to slam it in your face.
Fucking, I'm gonna push him out of the way. I'm a fucking polar bear. With
All right.
20 strength.
So you shove the shop owner.
Yeah.
And he immediately just looks at you and said, and he goes, and he kind of looks you up and down, and just goes, "Get out. No shifters in here."
I'm a fucking roar. He doesn't know I'm a shifter. I'm a fucking polar bear.
You have these fucking windows. He watching you tail guards.
Doesn't mean I'm a shifter.
There's no polar bears in Telachek.
Yeah.
I'm a stray.
Shifters aren't that rare.
Alright, I'm gonna shift into Orion again. Go
Get
back into Orion.
out.
Like, dude, listen. I just can get to ask you a couple questions. I'm a paying customer. I have gold.
You do?
Yeah.
You're not here on official business.
Nope.
You're not on the list. Come
What
back in a
list?
month.
That was a list.
I have a lot of projects.
All right. I have money that will help you with
Just-
those projects.
I have people who've invested 100,000 gold pieces.
How do
in
you
this.
know that I don't have 100,000 gold?
You're a shifter with no entourage, and you're not wearing a shirt.
I'm wearing a robe. All right.
It's very fair.
Just you don't have a
I
royal
have enough
seal.
money that I can wear whatever the hell I want.
Come back in a month. If I don't have any projects, I'll talk to you.
I want to buy a boat.
I don't care.
I want to buy 2 boats.
Get out of my shop.
5 boats.
And at this point, he's gonna start pushing you
I love this
towards
guy.
the door.
Icon.
This guy does not give a
Is
shit.
there anybody else in the building?
Just him.
Hmm.
It's a really fucking small building.
Well, it has 2 names on the sign.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
sons.
The sun.
Yes.
It's not a name.
What if
Bam,
he's
he's got
the
sons.
sun?
Are there other kids?
No,
Like, I
there's-
know your son.
There's. You say that to him. You see this just darkness come over his face, and he grabs you by the collar and just tries to pick you up and actually physically throw you out the door.
I assume his sons may have died.
That was a good one, Nate.
What are the guards doing?
The guards are just watching. They actually seem to be. They. It seems like they kind of knew what was coming, and they're sort of laughing at you. Yeah. No. So he carries you the foot back to the door and throws you out, and then just doesn't. He doesn't say anything. Just slams the door.
That
in your
is
face.
interesting, though.
I just got
Shut up! I'll turn into a polar bear again. I can do it. I have 2 of them.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys.
My plan, though, I thought Eyeless like made a cloud of like black stuff, so they wouldn't be able to see me, and I just turn into Orion and walk right in. That would have been a great fucking plan. Except he doesn't
Okay.
have that thing.
No,
You couldn't have done anything. I just would have walked right in.
he's kind of a pillar of this community. If a polar bear runs towards his house and starts casting unknown
He's just
magic,
walking.
they're probably gonna arrest you.
Dude, you're a fucking polar bear.
Listen, I'm a polar bear, right? He's working on all these fucking
I don't-
projects. He
I
can't
don't wanna
see
We don't need
shit.
an explanation.
I don't want to talk about the intricacies of why your plan would have
Trevor
failed.
said
Would've
no,
worked.
therefore it doesn't work.
Mom said no, so you can't go in.
No,
I'm just saying, it
God said no.
No,
Egg.
I understand you had a plan.
It didn't work.
Didn't work in this
It
scenario.
would've
In
worked
this
if
scenario,
it
it didn't
happened.
work.
If I had the thing. She has that. That's why I got confused.
I don't have
Nate, you want to be a police officer, right?
Maybe.
That's an idea you've had. If you are following someone who's carrying around a sword and he walks towards like I don't fucking know, like the judge's house,
Yeah.
and then he throws a smoke bomb on the fucking ground, are you just gonna go, I'm sure he just wants to talk?
Yeah, I know. They would have come in, but where's the fuck's the polar bear? I don't know.
Okay, so you go in the judge's house, and there is a different person.
I would be like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah!
Oh no.
I'd be confused, not like this guy's the guy. He's a different guy. So
Okay.
I would be confused.
Anyway,
You.
Cal and Nick, you've just arrived. You see a
It
bunch
would
of
work.
guards kind of standing back and just
Right.
watching Orion get tossed out of Chesnick and Sons.
Well, I'm going into the tavern.
Excellent choice.
I'm gonna go to Copper Tongue's home.
I'm just trying to pick all the best places to get kicked out of.
Nice. I'm
Um,
not gonna be a polar bear. I'm gonna walk.
All right, Nick and Cal, you're going to the tavern.
Yep.
For reasons I can't get into.
Okay, you don't need to tell us that.
Stop going fucking why? Why this? Why that? Why? He keeps getting right in my ear. Why?
You're saying it like this, like there's some really greater purpose.
In my mind, it is a greater purpose.
Oh my fucking god, let's just go to the tavern.
Let's go to-
We're in the tavern.
Yeah, so you walk in. This is a lot more bustling than
Oh, nice.
the previous place you were in. There seem to be. It's getting towards the end of the day, so there are a lot of people sort of like just gotten out of work, relaxing in the tavern, and this like very heavily muscled woman is standing behind the counter, serving up drinks and joking with the customers.
Trevor.
What?
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Let's go 1 to 30.
Scale of 1 to 30. I'll give you a roll.
1.
I think a 17.
Pretty
That's
much in the middle.
Better
A
than half.
little bit above average.
Okay, that's valid.
God,
like
why
a
is
me.
everyone hot and fucking Duco?
Because I apparently have the best rolls with the 30-sided
Only
die.
on the only on that one though.
Alright. I'm gonna go up to the bar. Actually, is
yeah,
anyone playing darts?
maybe a dart equivalent with like throwing knives, but there
wanna
is
play.
that
So
kind
like
of
it's
game.
like upgraded darts.
I wanna play.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk up to them.
Yeah. You see these two guys, a dark elf and just like a human, with this like really long hair, who are in a game right now, and they seem to be in the middle. They seem to have kind of started playing and then gotten distracted with their drinks. But when you approach, they kind of like see you and gesture to you and go, you know, like, do you want to play for a bit?
I have a knife. Can I play too?
He says, you can just use these. We got plenty.
Sounds fantastic. I would love to.
Sure. And one of them pulls out a couple and hands you a set of 4 knives, each.
Nice.
And they kind of they go, it's best with 2, and they take a step back to let you 2.
That one.
Us versus each other?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Do we just play as if
Do
we're
you just
playing it?
throw it?
Go
What
ahead.
do we do?
Who would start?
Me.
go.
I want to throw one.
Yeah, ladies.
Go ahead and make a range
first.
attack. Not plus proficiency, just plus dex.
What'd you
Plus
get?
dex?
Yeah.
7.
7. So not a great first throw.
Goes in the ceiling.
Here, keep track of that. Write down a 7 for me. I'll say that's what your score is for the first one.
Okay.
Nick?
Do I get proficiency as this is my weapon of choice?
Yes.
You.
You challenged the rogue to a game of
Yeah.
darts.
Dumbass.
To be fair,
I threw my trident.
17.
17.
I did.
Yeah.
You were
Nick
losing.
kind of does a
Shit
little
times
like
3.
twirl with one of the knives and then
One,
just
two,
whacking, and it impales itself
Oh.
markedly better than yours. Would you like to go ahead again?
With much more intent.
4.
I love this. This is
Yeah,
great.
this one kind of sticks in a little sideways
any
down near the
dex.
bottom, and you hear a couple chuckles from the guys behind you. Nick, go ahead.
19?
19. Another great. It just wham, just like right out of the ring of the bullseye.
My turn?
Yeah.
18.
Nice.
Nice.
So right in between
That's your throw.
Nick's other two knives, yours just,
You have to write
and
them
you kind
down.
of
Oh, shit.
you kind of see,
7, 4,
Yeah.
and 18.
and you hear the guys just kind of like.
Is that it?
Go ahead.
Is there 4? There's 4?
There's 4,
Yeah.
so you each have 1 more. Or no, you have. Nick has 2 more.
This game is stupid.
26.
It's rigged.
26.
This game is rigged.
Yeah, you see Nick just kind of look. She sees your throw and she goes, "What the heck?" Bam! It's just like right in the middle,
Just
like
got
not
shot.
quite bullseye, but like dead
shit.
center.
You just
This
got-
is your last one, Cal.
14.
14.
And then as I do that, I'm gonna pull up my trident and throw it straight into the
You should
thing.
get times 3 for that.
Do you want?
Sure.
Go ahead. See how you you can
Give-
use your proficiency because
Give him 3. 1 for
Proficiency
each
is 3.
tip.
No, he doesn't.
Why? That would be awesome.
Because he's cheating. He's throwing a fucking trident at the wall.
17.
That's a good way to end the game.
Yeah, not a bad throw. Nick, I think you got 2 more or
I have
1 more.
one more.
You got 1 more.
That's not gonna end.
And I will not cheat.
I will not cheat.
24.
24. Another just dead solid throw. So what are the final scores? Out of curiosity.
What, like we added up?
Cal
Curious who's high.
less.
No, I think we
than-
should probably add them up just to make sure we know
Oh,
who's
yeah, yeah.
higher.
Yeah, just
No,
so
Okay,
we
so
know.
no.
11.
Well, I
don't
can't
worry.
do basic math.
Yeah, me
so.
neither.
Don't worry about it. Yeah,
Nick wins.
2 of hers are in the 20s.
yeah. No, Nick seems very
Nick
proud of
wins.
herself.
I'm gonna go take my trident.
I think she beat you even if you count that trident you threw.
Definitely.
Yep.
Yeah, you got an extra throw. You're the weapon.
Yeah,
you're
and then
proficient in.
those 2 guys who first gave you the
8 to hit.
those 2 guys who first gave you the
That's
knives
supposed
kind
to
of
be
walk up and you see them start pulling them out and they get to like Nick's and they're like, oh man, because they're like really stuck in the board. They just
Really
kind
in there.
of pull them out.
It's a big fuck you. I just have to let
Hilarious.
Good game,
you know.
though.
Salt.
Good game.
You cheated.
Is anyone looking sketch in here?
Yeah, this guy's like, I'm sketch right on this shirt.
There are a few people drinking alone, but there's nothing more sketchy than daytime lone drinking.
That's so
Day
sad.
drinkers.
What is it, like 10 a.m.?
What is it,
Yeah.
like Nate? in
No,
20
it's
years?
like 5 o'clock.
No,
What'd
it
you
was.
say it was?
It's getting late. He said it was getting.
No, what did
getting,
you say?
People are
It said
getting
it's
off
getting
work.
late.
Oh,
It's getting late.
I heard Nate, not late.
Well,
I'm like, what the
looking
fuck
wrong.
you say about me?
No, he said that people were getting off to work. Or Trevor did when we were. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like maybe 5-ish.
5 o'clock somewhere. Apparently, that's told you.
It's 5 o'clock right now, yeah.
Okay.
So,
This was fun. Are there any other games in here?
Pool.
oh, there's this one where you have to like pickpocket a
Oh,
dummy.
really?
And then there's this other
Are
one.
there cards?
You can see another one where these people are like doing flips and stuff. and-
You have to sneak.
no,
around.
I'd say there's some people playing cards.
Okay, can I join?
There's
Sure.
a trident throwing competition.
Fuck yeah.
No, it looks
And
like
you
there
still
might have been
lose?
one, but they like tore it down because it was super shitty.
Yeah, that's
Nobody
right.
ever competed.
Yeah, you can go play cards if you like.
Okay.
Get some more d6s then. Yeah. So you come up on this table and you see a group of people, each with like four cards, just sort of waiting around looking at the other few, and you see them finish a hand. One of them pulls in a bit of the cash towards them, and then they kind of look up at you, and one of them
My
sort
turn?
of gestures to a seat.
Thank you.
Yeah. So they deal you 4 cards. So could you roll 46 for me?
46.
Yeah.
It's a 6, a 3,
Don't forget these.
a 2, 6, 3, 2, 5.
So on each of your cards, there are a number of little markings. They're all about the same. There's one card that has like a skull, a star, a circle, and a square, and then the 6th one has another 2 symbols underneath that. So those are the cards you have. You have a 6, a 3, a 2, and a 5. And you see the rest of the table kind of looking at their cards, and then one of them takes a silver piece out of a pocket and places it on the table, and then they kind of look over at you.
I'm gonna match him.
Okay.
Can I make an insight check to see how confident he is?
Sure.
That's 20.
20?
Not that.
He doesn't seem to be actively bluffing.
As I put mine in, I say, last time I did this, a man almost died. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
I do.
He's not lying. I was about to say you have to roll deception, but you're not lying.
The,
Two minutes.
the hang on, just a second. 6.
Can you make your horns grow without actually becoming enraged?
The other 2 look at you for a second, and then the one directly to your right kind of looks at you, he's like, "Is that so?" And he reaches in his bag and pulls out a silver piece and a gold piece, and he places it in the center.
Shit.
Can I make an insight check on him?
Sure.
Fucking bad. 6 plus 7. Fantastic.
13.
No. You can't really tell. He's much harder to read. The one right after him though looks down for a second and just sets his cards down, pushes them away from him. But then the one right after that matches the first one's bet. And then
So
it
there's
goes.
4 people besides me, or 3 people?
There's 3 people, so you're the 4th. So going back to the first one, he kind of looks at the other 2 and then places in a gold piece to match. And then they look at you.
2 gold.
Oh shit.
Interesting.
Do I have to make a performance check?
If you can contest
I want to.
my insight roll with a performance check, if you want to try and give off a specific
Come on, baby.
appearance.
I want to be very fucking confident.
I rolled a 12, so
Doesn't matter.
you want to be
11
very,
minus 1.
very confident.
You were so close.
Okay. So they kind of like look at you. You put in 2 gold, and then
If I'm very, very confident, and I barely don't succeed, does that mean I just look kind of confident?
I don't know. The
You look too
dir-
confident.
the 2 directly adjacent to you both match, but the other one sets down his cards and pushes them away from him.
So there's only one person left?
Yeah, because one of them already folded.
One of them already fell.
Oh yeah, no, I did that wrong. So the two remaining both match,
Oh.
and then they kind of look for a second, and one of them says, "Any more bets?"
I'm gonna put my hand behind my chair, and in Thief's Cant, with my fingers, tell Nick to slip into my bag and grab my playing cards.
Okay.
You're gonna try to cheat with an asshole.
Is this stealth and then sleight of hand?
Lucky she's a rogue.
I know.
So 23 on stealth
Okay, Jesus.
and 10 on sleight of hand.
She only gets a couple cards.
Okay. Yeah, so it goes around the table again.
Need a
And when he asked if anyone else wanted to bet, one of the two pulled out another couple gold pieces. But as he's going to rummage in, he goes, "Oh, hey." And he kind of looks at you and goes,
What?
"There's someone getting in your bag there, my friend."
Hey! I'm gonna yell at you. Hey, get out of there!
Shit,
Get out of there! What are you
I'm-
doing?
I'll go hide somewhere. Take it off.
I'm gonna grab my stuff and pull it closer to me. Sorry about that. That's strange. Is it normally like that here?
And he says, "Nah, must be from out of town."
Must be.
And then he goes, "Oh, anyway." And he pulls out another gold piece and sets it in the center.
That didn't work.
Can I see if this guy is starting to be really like BS?
Sure, go ahead and roll
Beads of
insight.
sweat going down his face.
That's 22.
22. As far as you can tell, he isn't lying.
Oof.
The other guy, in the order, he puts in 2 gold pieces or 1 gold piece to match.
He matches.
Okay. Yeah. The game continues on for a couple more minutes before the other guy besides you, the one who initially matched, also folded and also folds, and then the last remaining person takes the collected pot of gold and silver from
What
the
does he
middle.
have?
What?
What does he have?
What did he have? 6, 6, 3, and 5.
Whoa.
Damn. I would have lost, so. Nice. Okay, so that's 2 gold for mine.
Yeah, that's 2 gold and a silver from you.
You just had a 4.
And a silver for me?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, because I had to
Buy
put
it.
in the ante.
You
Okay,
just had a 4.
let's go and I'm going to try one more round here.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and roll.
I'm not going to tell you what it is, Trevor.
Okay.
Don't say anything. I'm not going to say anything.
That is bad or very good.
That
Or
is bad
somewhere
or very good.
or somewhere in between.
Okay. Yeah. So the first guy, the guy who started last time, they look at their cards for a second, and then he puts in 1 copper piece.
I'm going to put in 1 silver.
The guy to your right looks at that for a second and then matches with a silver of his own. After another second, the next in the order sort of looks at the two of you and then puts in his own silver. And then the original guy looks for a second and then he folds and sets down a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 1. So you're next in line. He kind of looks at they look around the table and again they say, "Any more bets? Anyone?"
I'm going to put in another silver.
Stakes are high.
It goes. The other two eye you for a second and they're gonna roll an insight on you.
Can I contest that?
Sure. Deception or performance?
I don't think it matters.
Deception.
Doesn't matter.
Deception, charisma, performance is possibly
Charisma.
They're the same
They're
thing.
both yeah, they're both -1.
Highest roll was a 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I got a 6. God damn it, dude. It's so like Cal though because his
Yeah,
his
'cause
charisma's so
he's-
low.
Just give me a vague idea of your demeanor.
It's not the best hand.
Yeah. So I'd say they look for a second, and then the guy right after you,
It's
Um,
average.
he takes out a silver and a gold to match you.
I have a question. Would a 1 be an ace? And
No,
our
one
ace-
a 1 is just a 1.
So, would it be high because aces are?
No, it's lowest.
Okay. I'm going to keep my hand And actually, I don't. Is this verbal, somatic?
Oh no.
The next guy in the order, who's right after him, does match though.
He matches.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is verbal. So can I say it under my breath, like in front of my hand, in front of my mouth?
You can roll performance.
9.
Yeah, so I'd say you sort of start doing your hand like that, and the guy who's already out kind of grabs your arm and says, "Keep it above the table, all right? Don't pull that shit."
Well, what shit?
Just looks at you and just like, "Let's play the game."
This is a tough one. This is gonna be something. I'm gonna put my hand behind the chair
Oh no.
and tell Nick to punch me in the back of the head.
I can't reach the back of your head.
Sitting down.
It's a bar stool, right?
No,
Oh.
it's at a table.
No, it's just a chair.
Punch you. Sure, I'll go for it.
Okay. Yeah, make an unarmed strike against
An
him.
unarmed strike.
So roll the hit
When
first.
she hits me, I'm gonna be sure to fold my cards in towards me.
Okay.
It doesn't hit.
I mean, yeah, she still runs up and like
Tries to.
and just sort of like, almost like rubs her hand down like your side and kind of pushes your chair a little bit.
Falls
Bad
into the
angle.
hole- in the
no
middle of the whole
knives.
cage.
She falls into the table.
Do you,
I
Nick?
just, you know what? Sure, I'll overdo it.
Full send.
Yeah, she just sort of.
I'm gonna. My bag is to my right. I'm gonna fall off to my right and act like a little
Okay.
bitch that she scared me. And then when I do so, I'm going to cast origami on a 6 in my deck and turn it into a little bird and make it crawl up into my hand.
Damn. All right.
I love that.
Yeah. So after a second, there's a bit of commotion for a minute, and then you come back up, kind of like this, and you see the rest of them looking at you, and Nick's just sort of like.
And I
this
put the
then
other card in
scurries
my
off.
bag.
Yeah. And then they just like, jeez, and they sort of settle things and go.
So you steal and then you punch somebody.
They're like, are you still in though? Yeah. You seem to have attracted a bit of a.
Yeah, I don't know what that is
Following.
about, to be honest. Maybe I did something to her on the road here. I don't know. So I'm gonna change one of those. I know which one. Can I say I did more than one?
What?
Can I say I did more than one, but make a roll for it?
You can try to do it again sneakily.
Oh, that's not gonna happen, is it?
I think you've thought about this more than you've thought about any other decision.
I'm going to cast thaumaturgy, and all the chairs from everyone at this table are gonna flying out from under them.
Okay.
And when I'm down,
Arrested, guys.
what?
This is also why we get arrested.
Yeah. And then when I'm down,
You can't play cards like a normal human being.
no, I can't because
He
I'm
plays
losing.
like a normal tiefling.
That's true.
That's
And
racist.
when I'm down, I'm gonna do the exact same thing.
Oh, so you moved your chair too?
Everyone's chairs are.
Yeah. So everyone just they kind of fall back, and then people
Actually, you know
start
what?
getting up.
Everyone in the building.
Can thaumaturgy do that?
It's
within
a
30
minor
feet.
miracle.
Fair
Within,
enough.
like, what, 30 feet?
Yep, it can make every window and door slam open, so I can assume it can move every chair.
Yeah, it can do that. That's one of its descriptive
Hang on.
uses.
Okay. Yeah. No. So
Do you have
after a
to,
second,
do you have to, like, say a word?
they kind of stand up and one of them just goes, oh, fucking jeez, must have been an earthquake.
So did I get a 6 again?
Yeah, I'd
You get
say
4 a day.
if you're pulling the origami twice.
Skirt, skirt.
This is a very interesting turn of events.
Are you going to match or not?
Yes, I'm going to match.
All right.
That's sneeze, Arthur.
I'm sneezing.
Yeah. So they match. And then there's a second pause. There's a pause for a second while the dealer looks around, and then he hands out another card from the deck to each of you. So go ahead and roll again.
2.
That's a
Why'd you
6.
tell him what you got?
I didn't say what I got.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't. Shh. Did you hear what I said I got?
I did not hear what you said.
Well,
Exactly.
You did say it.
All right.
If I lose this shit after all this,
The betting starts with you again.
I'm gonna put in a gold. I like how everyone's just shrugged off the fact that all their chairs have just gone.
Oh, it's been an earthquake.
I rolled. I got like a 2. I just can't get anything on this one.
That's great.
Yeah, but the guy next to you, he sees you put in a gold, and he takes 3 gold out of his pouch and sets it on the table.
Can I make an insight check?
Go for it.
God, 17. God damn
It's
it.
not even.
It's not
Yeah,
bad.
but it's a 10. I rolled a 10.
Again, to your senses, he doesn't look super confident.
He doesn't look super confident.
Nice.
Match him with 3.
Well, the other guy has
Please.
to bet first.
Oh shit. Yeah.
And the next in line, he kind of looks for a second, and then he matches the guy. Are you rolling insight?
22.
Insight?
Yes.
I'm not even gonna fucking roll for that. This guy, he does not seem confident in his hand.
Now I'm gonna match.
Okay.
How much gold is that?
Each person is 4 gold, 2 silver, and 1 copper. So that's
That's a lot of gold.
yeah. Plus 1 gold, 2 silver, and 1 copper from the guy who's out. So, I don't know. Do the math.
Oh well.
Yeah. So there's a pause for a second,
no.
and then the guy who's
Wait.
out again goes. Any last bets? Anyone?
An extra gold.
Ooh.
The guy to your right again sees you, and he puts in 2 gold of his own.
Ooh, great. Wait, next.
Natural 1. He's real confident, boy.
Yo, it's like, oh god. You think
doesn't
he
even have
might
emotion.
be cheating? Like, you think the chair might be whispering things to him.
He was the one that did the chairs. I forgot that I did the chairs.
He can cast on it.
The next guy in line though does look at this, and he folds.
Does he show what he had?
I'm going to match.
Okay. So what do you have? He has a 6, 5, 5, 1, and 6.
Ooh. I have a 6, 6, 5, 2, and 2.
He would win.
Add it up. Who's higher?
12.
Oh, that's how you play it?
12. Yeah, this one's
16.
simpler.
21.
12, 22, 23.
Oh.
And he just looks at you and kind of grabs it. And he just says, better luck next time.
You won D&D poker and
How
real
much?
poker.
How much did I just lose?
You lost 6 gold, 2 silver, and 1 copper.
You should really quit while you're not ahead.
Yeah. 6 gold, 2 silver, 1 copper.
Nice. How's it feel?
You're not in this room.
Exactly. I'm in this room.
Feels bad.
Feels real bad.
Feels bad though.
Did they look particularly affluent? Like, did they look like they were really
They
rich?
they look like workers.
Okay, then they deserve it. Never mind.
This is a very interesting episode. We've never done something like this before.
Yeah.
Just fuck around the city.
Okay.
Okay. Orion, I'm gonna pop over to you for just a second.
What's up?
Where are you going?
Alright, I've thought about it. I feel like I'd be interested in Copper Tongue's home.
Okay.
But at the same time, what does it look like?
When you get to it, you find this very
No, wait,
thin.
across the river. Across the bridge. The other side
You
of
went
the bridge.
across the bridge.
No. I'm still on this side
Yeah,
of the
no,
bridge.
that's what I'm saying. It's this very thin, rickety wooden bridge, just supported on these like logs sticking out of the river, leading over to a little island with a house you can see in the distance, kind of surrounded by trees.
Okay, so it is just a
guy's
house.
It, it's a kind of funny, like circular, very single man-made
Okay,
structure.
I thought it might have been a lighthouse.
No.
That's why I was interested. Then I am going to go to the market
Okay.
as a human.
It would be starting to close up around now because it's
I
getting late into
understand.
the day. But there's this like it's sort of a farmer's market, open market kind of thing. It's got fish. It's mostly food, really.
Okay.
Um,
Well, we're gonna be on. Is there anything that's not food? That's my first question.
there's like
That's
some,
still open.
There's like some. Yeah, I'd say there's a little stand off by the harbor that seems to be selling the workings of a fairly competent leather worker.
Nothing like fishing gear or anything.
I wouldn't say so much.
Okay.
There are other like shops in the town.
There are other shops.
I didn't list every single shop.
Oh, okay. That I wasn't sure. Well, then I'm gonna check out the market. I want to go to a shop maybe that might be open that might sell like fishing gear. Because if we're gonna go on a boat, I want to have better stuff than just a stick and string.
Would you know any shop in Telachek Harbor that sells that?
Not unless it said something that hinted to it on the sign or had a picture.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? I'll give you. I'll give you 3 names. There's a place called Nightingale Stables, All Ye Needful, and the Iron Rivet.
Iron Rivet. I'm gonna go to the second one. All you need.
Okay. So that would be back up a little ways past the church near the entrance to town. It's this like larger, much nicer looking building. This one's actually like painted. It isn't just wood. It's got this white paint and a big blue sign that says "All Ye Needful" in this like very curvy font.
Is it open?
It seems to be closing, but it is open right now.
I would like to enter.
Okay.
Maybe that guy who like goes in 2 minutes before closing,
Yeah.
spends like 45
Yeah,
minutes in
right.
the store.
Classic
Yeah.
Orion.
And
Dick.
An asshole.
Yeah, so you see a couple people milling around. There's a woman who clearly looks to be the shopkeeper, and then another person who just seems to be hanging out and talking to them.
See, not just me. What is they? Just looking around, what does it seem like they have in stock?
I'm looking for fishing poles, like what you're
Mainly
looking for.
fishing poles, but like if they don't have that, just in general, what do they have? Or fishing gear, I guess. Nets, including bait.
Yeah, they don't.
Getting better hunting.
They do have fishing tackle.
Ooh, that'd be good.
To be honest, after that whole thing with the bar, I'd probably go there too. It's a general store, right?
Yeah. Well, it's more of an adventuring supply.
Quite a ways
I'd
from the.
probably go there.
It's quite a ways from the.
As soon as
tavern.
possible, like once I
You'll
was done
get
with that
there
game.
eventually.
Yeah, not right now.
Look where the tavern is and look where the entrance is. The city.
Yeah,
It's quite a ways.
Takes
So-
like 5 minutes to walk.
There's
Yeah, but you would be.
stuff of what you'd be interested in. There is fishing bait, fishing tackle, and a net.
All right, I'm gonna grab a decent amount of bait that I would assume would last us at least a trip there.
More rotten meat.
Not necessarily rotten meat. Which I don't know would be like on boat what 4 days or something.
Okay.
And then fishing tackle, and then a net.
Okay,
Nail?
that would be
Net.
in
Oh.
total. That would be 4
One
gold
nail.
pieces and
Single
8
nail.
copper pieces.
Give me a second. I just gotta get to there so I can. So 4 gold pieces and 8 copper pieces.
Yep.
All right. I don't want to pay it, but I'll pay. How are you today? As I get to my goal.
Yeah, they kind of seem to be looking at you. The shopkeeper and the guy hanging out there seem to know each other. But the woman kind of sighs and straightens her uniform and goes, "I'm doing well. Is there anything I can help you with?"
Just buying this stuff.
He goes, "Of course. Doing some fishing of your own." And she starts kind of sorting through it.
Yeah, well, I'm going on a boating trip
Oh, down which way?
south.
Oh, not the best choice for fishing.
No?
Nah, north is where all fishermen go, at least.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not really going on a fishing trip. Just something to do while on the voyage, I suppose.
I can respect that. And she takes your money, brings it behind the counter, and hands you the net fishing tackle,
Got
and
any?
bait.
Got any tips?
Don't lose the net. Hard to place.
Good idea.
Oh no, don't give me that. It happens.
Oh,
You just you get a little bit into it, forget you haven't tied it to the boat, and no more net.
I think I'll be. Oh, it's one of those. I thought it was just like a net. Oh, no.
No, it's like an actual.
Oh, okay.
like
You can't fish with one of those, really. Not in the ocean.
I know.
it's a butterfly net.
Yeah. Right. Okay, and also I was wondering, do you know anything about this chestnut guy?
Go steady.
What's up with his sons?
No. And he doesn't talk about it so much. Chesnick family is small.
Do you know what happened, or is he just not talking?
He's
He-
like, I don't know.
He showed up here without a son. He named his shop Chesnick's and Sons. Look, he's really of quite a bit of value to this town. We don't ask.
Oh, I understand. Well, thank you for
This is of
this
course.
stuff. All right,
Good day to you.
I'm gonna leave.
All right,
And you mentioned there was a church.
there is.
I'm gonna go there.
Okay. I'd say on your way out of the shop, heading across the street, you would see this too. You guys kind of cross paths.
So, keep going.
Okay.
Not angry or anything. So,
Yep.
So, I'm gonna go to them for just
that's
a bit.
fine. Go ahead.
Hell, Nick. Yeah, you can head on your way towards all you need full.
Holding a net.
Yeah, no, he's carrying a bunch of fishing shit. Yeah, so you walk in and you see there's this shopkeeper woman going around, like putting out the lights and sort of like closing up shop right now.
Oh, are we a bit late?
There's, just a few minutes. If you have anything specific, I can get it for you real quick. Just
What's around on the walls? Is it like
it's a lot of weapons, some like basic like tools like for different professions.
We're out of fishing stuff.
They do have some more fishing stuff.
They have
is there
another
metal alloy, like some sort of metal plate?
There are things made of metal.
But not like any sheets of metal or anything?
No, they don't just sell straight metal sheets.
Is there
Is a blacksmith.
yeah, there's a blacksmith.
Seriously.
What's made of metal here?
I mean, there's clubs, daggers, shields, armor.
Okay, I'm just gonna look at it.
Nice day to you.
Yep, you too. Sorry about that.
What are you looking for?
To be honest, I have no idea. I'm just looking around.
Can I go to the blacksmith?
Yeah, I'll come with.
Okay.
Okay. So you head over to the Iron Rivet, which is back across the river. It's that smaller building right next to it's labeled on your map. It's the
Number
blacksmith,
4.
number 4.
Glad I didn't go to the Iron Rivet.
And you head in and you are assaulted by this like wave of heat from this just proper forge going on inside.
You're
Not
assaulted by a
not
wolf.
your friend Forge. But you can hear the sound of clanging. There's a couple of people working in the back on various things, and there is this very burly sort of olive-skinned gentleman standing at the front, just sort of idly like looking over some tools.
Just,
When you come in, he kind of just acknowledges you.
hi.
Hello.
I have a weapon, and I was wondering if you guys could look at it and tell me some stuff about it.
Sure. Are you just asking for an appraisal?
Yeah.
He says, oh, what is it then? I have a bit of free time.
It's this, and I take out my good dagger.
Okay. Yeah, he looks at it for a second, kind of turns it over in his hands. He says, haven't seen this make before. Do you know where this came from?
Mm-mm.
He sort of looks over for a second. He seems to be getting like increasingly confused. And then he goes, you mind if I take this for just a sec? Okay, okay. And he goes, he's like, Frankie, and one of the gentlemen working in the back comes over, and he kind of shows it to him. They seem to be pointing at something in particular, and they're like, okay. And finally, he just goes back to you and goes, I don't know. This is a. He says, here, look. And he shows you the spot where the blade and the metal hilt meet. And he says, look, see, this is. And he kind of turns over. He says, right here. See, this is where we would usually affix when you have a blade and you have the little extension on the bottom, and then you affix it to the hilt that way.
Okay.
And we'd usually send a hole through here and attach it like that. But there doesn't seem to be anything connecting these, even though they're different types of metal. It's just sort of fused together.
Okay.
He says,
Welding.
he says there really isn't. It is kind of strange that you'd expect on a dagger, especially this make, to have at least some markings from the process, but it doesn't have any sort of hammer dents or any open scratches or anything like that. It's a very fine dagger, I'd say.
Yeah.
And he says, I'd be curious who made this. Really, it is quite impressive. It's weird though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he hands it back to you.
Thanks.
Question: do you guys sell any sheets of metal?
He says, well, not usually, but we do have some if you're willing to pay. We were planning on using them, but we can buy more. It just takes a while.
Is there any way I could buy like one sheet? How big is a sheet really? That's enough. Is there any way I could buy like one sheet?
Says, yeah, sure. It's gonna be a bit expensive, but
How much?
6 gold pieces.
Busto, you're giving me back those 5 that I fucking gave you. Sounds good. I'll give him 6 gold pieces.
All right, and he takes it and pockets it, and then goes back and brings you back this little sheet of looks like some sort of an iron alloy. It's perfectly usable metal. And he says, "Best of luck to you,
Thank you.
whatever your project."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Thank you for showing it. That was really interesting.
Yeah, thanks
Um,
for giving me your 2 cents.
If you find any markings or any sign of where it came from, I'd be really interested in trying to track that down."
Yeah, so would I. I'll
he
let
says-
you know. What's your name and number?
He says, Curtis Argentine.
Number 1.
I don't. You should just come back to talk to me. Really,
Okay,
I'm not going
Okay.
anywhere anytime soon.
cool. Yeah, I'll try to remember that.
All right. Orion. By the time you get to the church, it is closed.
Oh, it's not like a 24-hour church?
No.
Shit. Is there anybody like around? No, it's not one of those.
There's there's people milling around. It's starting to get like dark, so people are heading home.
But is there anybody that looks like they might belong to the church? Wearing like...
Seems like the church people are in the church.
It's fucking locked. Damn. I'm gonna knock on the door.
Sure. Yeah. You hear someone walking from inside, and then there's this little like flap a little bit above that opens for a second, and then they don't see anything, so it just closes.
That's great.
This time you hear them come back, and they open it again. You can kind of see a face peering
Hey.
down. And then someone goes, it's like, "Oh, what do you want?"
I came to pray.
You should come back in the morning.
I don't know if I'll be here in the morning.
Well, we will. We're
That's
kind of busy right now.
I'll just sit in the back quietly.
No, we're working right
What do
now.
you guys? Can I just ask you a couple questions real quick about the church?
You hear the flap chink, and then the door opens, but it's on like a chain, so it just pops open a couple inches, and you see someone.
Is that enough for
looking
me to
through.
squeeze through?
And you see this very somewhat stout elven man kind of looking back at you, and he's like, "What do you want?"
Well, can I come in? Look at all this stuff I have.
He says, "Yeah, that's fishing equipment. We don't have a pond."
That's fine. I just would like to set it down somewhere. It's brand new. I mean,
He says, "It's
aren't churches charitable?
yes." Just a sec, and he walks off for a second. You hear something from the back. He's like, "Is this the city?" Yes, I know. Fine. And then you hear him walking back, and he closes the door again, and and then he opens the door without the chain. He says, "I'll give you. You can have 10 minutes. Is that enough?"
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
Thanks. By the way, what kind of church is this? Like, what do you guys? What's your?
They are wearing the white and golden robes of the Temple of the First King.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm gonna like go set my stuff. There's probably like a big open room where.
Yeah, there's a set of pews. This one isn't that same hexagon shape as the other church you visited. Inside it's just regular pews and then like an actual stage.
Can I see where everybody's at?
Yeah, there's just a bunch of like holy folk milling about. They seem to be like very busy, like they're setting up for something.
Can I like grab one of them and be like, "Hey, what's going on here?"
Sure. I'd say they just stop for a second, kind of look at you like, yes.
What are you guys setting up for?
Just we have the Keeper of the Light coming in a few days.
The Keeper of the Light.
Yes, one of the Council of 13. We gotta get ready. Sorry, and he runs off again.
Okay. Where's that guy that let me in?
He's wandered off to do something else. You can see him. He's not very far away.
So everybody's busy.
Seems like it.
Perfect. Well, if everybody's busy, they'll be occupied. Can I like go walk around the church and see what's up?
Sure.
Sweet.
Well, what are you looking for?
I'm not really looking for anything. I mean, I'm just kind of exploring.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people in here. There seem to be some who are like transcribing things from one book to the other. That seems to be the like normal work, but a vast majority of them are just going around like spiffing up the place and getting it ready.
That's nice.
Would I know what this Keeper of the Light is?
You probably don't.
Or the 13? Council 13?
How familiar are you with like the politics of this world?
Politics, not well. Religion, probably decent.
You can make a religion check for me if you'd like.
Not high.
What was it?
Wasn't a 1.
Okay.
It was a 2.
Was it
Okay,
2?
you got
Plus
like
1,
four.
so I got 3.
Doesn't sound familiar to you.
No?
No.
Alright.
Light could have honestly
Somebody
a
has
lot
it.
of reasons.
Sounds like somebody has the light.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody's busy. There's nothing of real interest, like as in value-wise or.
Jesus Christ, are you
No, I'm
stealing
not
from
gonna
the church?
steal. I'm not talking. Well, as in coin value and also just like to use
Strong Q.
something
you.
something that I would find valuable to
This
use.
doesn't seem to be a particularly affluent church. It's just a basic kind of setup.
All right. There's nothing what I want here. What else is on the map?
Jesus Christ.
Just go to bed.
No,
Yeah,
we're gonna go back.
Yeah, we're
Everyone
heading
should go
back to the.
Buster just wants to sleep.
I want to do stuff too, guys.
Yeah, me too.
All right, I'll go back to the pygmy.
Okay.
I gotta mark that one too. I've been checking all the places I've gone to.
Jesus Christ.
I need
I've literally done nothing.
3 more.
Yes, because you're Busto.
Yeah,
And
well,
I've
no,
gone to 2 more.
I want to do stuff here. I have to take long rests because I'm dead.
I've gone to 2 places that aren't on the map.
Anyway.
Let's, don't worry about it. Let's keep it rolling.
So. Okay.
Same.
Sorry. Yeah, to explain, Emily, our cameraman woman, is over there just like falling asleep. It's
hard
okay.
to
It's
stay.
alright.
It's getting
Especially-
late.
It is getting late.
Get rid of those levels of exhaustion.
Arthur, you're gonna have to wait 2 weeks, bud, to do whatever you want to do. Sadness ensues.
Big sad.
How big's the room we're saying?
Oh my God, let's go to
Shut the
sleep.
fuck
I'm
up.
asking how big the room is. Jesus, shit. I didn't even know that we were all back yet.
Okay, I'd say after a couple minutes, your group sort of recoalesces at the room. The inn has started to shut down. The owners aren't out, but there is actually a little note stuck on the counter pointing you guys down the hallway towards Busto. And when you get there, you find Busto just sort of reclining in bed. I'd say probably asleep, somewhere in between,
Yeah.
halfway.
Get off that
Would you
last
wake up
level.
when they came in?
Probably just as soon as I came up because I'm
Yeah.
only at 1 point of exhaustion at this point.
And this room has 3 beds. That is an improvement. And they are proper beds, not just wheat. And Busto does seem quite happy to see you, though. And he kind of stirs when you walk in. I'd say you guys get here first, and then a couple minutes later, Orion arrives.
Where's the caravan?
It's parked outside.
3 beds. I'll sleep in the caravan.
Okay.
Cal.
So just Cal and Nick arrive then.
Cal.
Well, I'll go in and say hi.
No,
Okay.
no. It's. Are you gonna say that you're gonna sleep in the caravan?
I'll just come in, see their 3 beds, and say hi, and go back out to the
No.
caravan.
All right, it's fine.
No, you guys take your bed. You
can
guys
sleep in
can
the
sleep. I can sleep fine on the. What is there? Like straw or something? As a bed in there?
This is
a
wood.
bedroll. We have a bedroll. I'll sleep fine on a bedroll. You guys each take a bed.
This is so sad.
you sure?
Yeah.
You shouldn't do that.
That's what I have in my bedroom at home.
Well, maybe you should be a little bit more
Treat
comfortable
yourself.
Beds aren't really my thing.
I'm just
here.
gonna
Sleep
like.
on the floor in here.
Can I like
It's alright.
get up out of bed and gesture for Ryan to take mine?
Sure.
Thank you.
No. Keep your bed. I'm gonna go outside. Somebody has to watch our stuff anyway. Who knows? This town could be full of thieves.
Cal.
You could just put it into the room.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you move the? I help you, but let's move caravan things in room.
No. You guys just. I'll sleep in the caravan. It's fine. All right.
No,
Just go to bed. No, don't feel bad. Just go to bed.
Just so you know, the guys in this town said the only thief here was me.
They could be thieves.
Fair enough.
That's the point. Orion, you go sleep whenever you want to
He
sleep.
did get in that 20. He did get in
On
that
what?
20.
Exhaustion check.
Okay.
I just
Aw.
wanted to.
He
feel
got very
the-
lucky because he's rolling on his bag.
Yeah, I rolled it on my dice bag.
Thank goodness.
I don't have exhaustion
better.
anymore.
Good
There we
job,
go.
Arthur.
Busto is
Yeah.
happy now.
I gotta take a-
Woohoo! Fuck yeah!
Take a
Make
long
an
rest.
exhaustion check.
Oh my god! Finally.
Good job.
Not almost dying now.
Right? I get to take a long rest.
Oh, yes. Yeah, so I'd say you guys hop into bed and
Yes.
you're just kind of like lying back on your back, enjoying this.
20 minutes from now.
I'd say it's sort of a situation you're just like, ugh, and then Bust over there is just like,
I'm pretty comfy.
2 weeks, Arthur. You get 2 weeks.
I don't even care. My exhaustion's gone. I'm happy. That's all I wanted. This game. Now I have exhaustion.
You're all better, yeah.
IRL.
This.
No, I'm happy that I got rid of 5 levels of exhaustion with 2 nat 20s. 'Cause
Good
it worked
job.
the fuck out. I'm
Icon.
happy. I'm done. GG.
All right.
Yeah.
Does
alright.
anything happen in the night?
Wait, I would just like.
Did-
I would simply.
Oh no.
No, I just am gonna take a minute with the dagger and try to like figure it the fuck out.
okay.
I would also like to do something after her, right before we leave.
What exactly are you trying to pull off with it? Out of
Like
curiosity.
I don't know what. Do I know anything about it? Do I remember anything about it? Is it special? Like.
You can go ahead and roll insight for me.
Well, 7. That's great.
Not much.
7. Man, you don't. Besides the complete certainty that it is important to you, you don't know much about the dagger.
Okay.
I'd say if you're going to inspect it for a bit, you do notice that the blacksmith wasn't lying. It does seem to just... It seems like all the parts of it form out of the others. It's just like one solid mass.
Okay.
As you're sort of playing it with it, even like the wrappings on the handle and any other little things that adorn the dagger seem to also just be a part of it.
Okay, that's weird. Yeah, alright. Then I guess I'll go to sleep.
Okay.
Busto. Not attempting communion yet. would like to just try to talk to, let my presence be known, similar to at the Prophet's Fire.
Okay.
Some of the gods. Just before he dozes off to bed.
Yeah, I'd say Wolfie gets back at this point too. But Busto, as you're staying up, you just take a moment. You're kind of in the dark by yourself, and I'd say Nick and Cal are already asleep. And you notice Nick was kind of looking at her dagger, and then she just went straight to sleep, and but she only stayed still for a little while. After a couple minutes, she started kind of rocking and then just like shaking back and forth in her sleep. She doesn't seem to be saying anything, but she's definitely not lying still naturally.
Okay.
And that's what we're gonna.
Does Busto know her god?
I don't know. Does he? Probably not.
I can't remember if he
We-
was here when we talked about it.
Cause I thought I was.
Would you have talked about it with him ever?
No, yeah, I'm not hiding it. I like to talk about it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, her god is Kokapelli.
You've
Yeah.
probably heard about it through us, if not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we all know.
I would like
probably.
to let my presence be known to Kokapelli.
Okay. So something we haven't really grappled with before is the fact that it is possible to enter communion with other people's patrons. You can't do it naturally, though. It requires something of you, some connection to the god beyond your own.
I would like to try to find the music box.
It's on my person.
Is it?
It's outside, yeah.
Oh, then,
Yeah.
then
All my stuff's inside and outside anyway.
Okay,
But
then-
that would be on my person.
Would you know any of the possible rituals to commune with other gods?
I would assume so, just because of my
There-
background with gods.
There are a few blanket ones that cover a lot of different gods, really. Patrons of any kind. One of the most common is a blood sacrifice. In using
That's not kills cows.
no,
That's the
nothing
one
that
I'll
drastic. But in using an object tied to the god, or at least tied to the keeper of the god, you can, well, through your own communion, enter communion with, or at least enter some form of communion with their patron. Though it will never reach the same level
Yeah.
as your own.
It'll be his person.
Yeah, of course. So I would like to make a small, very small, rounded wooden flute with druidcraft.
Okay.
Oh, twins.
Kind of hold it in my oversized hands for the flute itself, because I mean it's quite small. And look around a bit,
Oh, wait, so
and just with like my overgrown fingernails, pull up my arm, which none of you really would notice,
Yeah, I guess
but it's
that's
kind of
fair.
covered in scars at this point, and cut a new scar open,
Yeah.
and put some blood into the flute.
Yeah, so I'd say you play it, and as you start to play again, the blood lifts out of your flute and sort of coalesces its way over towards Nick and just almost just floats expectantly.
Kind of even more intently playing the flute, just start to kind of go into the mindset of
Yeah.
communion.
And I'd say you walk over. You head over towards where Nick is standing, just so you can be a little bit closer. And as you're getting right up towards her, this little, like, almost, it's starting to form just a disc right over where she's sleeping. But Nick kind of spasms again and rolls away off to the other side of the bed. And you see that the circle of blood doesn't move. Like, it shifts a little, but not in tandem with Nick. It seems to be just focused on a specific point, like in the covers.
Yeah, I'd like to try to pull the covers away and see what would be under it or what it would be.
You see that kind of in her sleep. Did you like take off your belts and stuff when you went to sleep? Yeah. So I'd say in her thrashing about, she has knocked loose a couple of her like lock picks and specifically that good knife that she was looking at before. And you can see that that circle of blood is concentrated directly over that knife.
Okay. I would just kind of like to kiss my hand, put it on top of Nick's head, and pick up the knife with my other hand, raising it into the blood, into the circle of blood.
Yeah. As you pass it through, you can see it just adhering to the blade, and as it does so, this just red film goes over your vision, and you don't exactly enter communion. It's not like you're transported somewhere else, but through this film of red, you can see where Nick goes in her communion. And you see that that dark sand matching with the stars, and you're almost just like disconnected from your body, just drawn forward into the little carnival, and through to that pit in the ground in the center of it, where you see this long, almost worm-like figure emerging with these big white gloved hands, 6 fingers on each, and then the comedy and tragedy mouth with a bulbous bloodshot eye peeking out from each mouth. And as your like spectral form enters, you see Kokopelli, or at least this representation of her, turn to look at you, and she regards you for a second and sort of looks at you and puts a hand on the edge of the pit and just sort of stares with those 2 eyes just directly at you.
Hello, old friend.
I don't think you're supposed to be here. Does Nick know about this?
No.
It's not a very nice prank, is it?
No.
I'm all for mischief, Busto, but this is mean.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine, dear. And she reaches out a hand to kind of like caress you. It's uncomfortable. Doesn't feel like she has fingers underneath it. It's a bunch of stuff filling the glove, but it might not be straight fingers.
Sketch is what you're saying.
And then Kokopelli kind of raises back and just goes, "Well, you're here, Busto. What is it? What is it you need from me?"
2 things. I wanted to just talk to you again. It has been a long time. And I wanted to say you are doing a good job taking care of Nick.
She reaches out and kind of wipes at the side of your face with one of those fingers and says, "He's told you you're not supposed to do this, Busto." And you can see when she takes her hand away, there's just this streak of blood running down that she's wiped off of your face. And she looks at you and says, "You can't stay here long. It's not good for you."
I know. May we see each other again.
And I have the dagger just like still in my hand?
You're not exactly in the other place. You're just kind
Yeah.
of looking into it.
Well,
It is still in your hand, though. You're in the other world.
Okay. Well, with the dagger, I just kind of want to like bow. I know it doesn't work as well, but just still kind of bow and place the dagger on like a little bed of druid crafted vines, just so the blood doesn't get in the
As you're going to do that, though, Kokopelli extends, kind of pulls more of her body out of the pit and puts a hand like in between yours, and then she puts a hand on either side of the hand that's holding the dagger, and looks up at you and says, "Don't take this again, okay, Busto? And she smiles at you. It's just like this like dark flesh that is coming out from underneath the mask with these kind of teeth that look like they're a bit too small for the mouth. And she says, "Oh, Vasi, Nick has a wonderful, wonderful joke. It's the best trick I've seen in a long time, and you wouldn't want to go and ruin it for her, okay?"
I'm sorry.
Keep your hands to your own stuff, Busto. And she lets you go, and that redness drips away from your eyes. And you can see now that you aren't just covered by this, you've started bleeding physically in the real world, and you can feel just this, all that like vitality you regained over the last couple days is now just sapped with this like almost feeling of poison and just wrongness that's suffusing you. And in your hand, in your hand that used to be holding a dagger is a rapidly shrinking glaive. But that's where we're going to have to pick up in 2 weeks. I'm very sorry to keep cutting them off like this. But we're all very tired, and we want to be at tip-top shape. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had a lot of fun.
Thank you, Trevor.
Next week
We're gonna
put
have
out something.
Yeah, we're going to have a bit of a weird schedule. We're going to have something next week. We're not 100% sure what.
Yeah.
But stay tuned, because right after that, on the 21st, we will be having a Christmas special.
And an episode in the same week. You get double the content.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Wow.
It's okay. Yeah, double the content, double the fun. We're really looking forward to it. Hope you are too. Good night, listeners.
Is
Night.
it Friday
Good night,
yet?
everyone.
Shut up.
Is that what you want to go?